How do we know if the audio is going through?
I'll go to YouTube.
I can't stand this thing. Testing. Oh, there we go. All right. We should be on. A ball and 2 strikes to Casey Cummings. Here's the pitch. It is up high, ball 2. Mrs. Delaney, you texted me saying that there was no sound. If you could text me saying there is sound, that would be great. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Casey Cummings, the Crawdads' leadoff hitter. And I believe we do have sound. It's Trajan Lee on the bump, the righty. The 2-2 pitch to Casey Cummings is just a little outside. Good take by Casey, ball 3. This goes right back to your keys to the game. Take walks, don't strike out. Already pitch number 6 for the righty, Trajan Lee, against Casey Cummings. 214, no home runs, 2 batted in. Lee, big, tall righty, works from the windup. The full count pitch to Cummings is hit high and deep left field, sending Shard back at the track, at the wall. He looks up. It's gone. Casey Cummings solo shot, his first of the summer, and the Crawdads take a 1-0 lead.
Well, how about that? 374 out to left field. This one a little bit further away from the line, and Casey got a fastball in the full count. There's that power.
1-0 Dads. How about that start?
Take it.
That works for no strikeouts. That works for putting the ball in play, and it's a 1-0 Crawdads lead. Here's Cameron Calvillo, the second place hitter. Crawdads 1-0 lead. First pitch to the Crawdads shortstop is at the belt on the outside, called strike 1. So again, the lineup for the Crawdads, in case it didn't go over air: Casey Cummings, Cam Calvillo, Cole Kosciuszko, Bear Harrison, Isaiah Lane, Jackson Bird, Walker Mercier, the final 3. 0-1 pitch. Calvillo lofts this one in the air, left side. Coming in is the left fielder, Shard. He's got a beat on it. Out in straightaway left, reaches up to make the grab for out number 1. Let's take a look at the defense behind Trajan Lee. From the left field from out to right, Jacob Shard, Crew McChesney, and Ryan Scott. On the left side of the infield, Alex Burge, Tyler Gordon, with Peter Worth, the second baseman. Crawdad legend Joey Donnelly at first, with Nick Lazara behind the plate. Here's Cole Kosciuszko, the first baseman, having a very strong start to his summer. First pitch fastball on the outer block, called the strike, 0-1. Kosciuszko, 296, a home run, 10 batted in, went 3 for 5 in the last game, was a single away from hitting 4 of the cycle. No balls and a strike. Lee from the windup delivers a fastball that goes about 54 feet before it bounces to the backstop, a ball and a strike. 1-0 Crawdads lead here in the top of the first from Pasadena, Jackie Robinson Field. Casey Cummings solo shot, his first of the summer. Here's the 1-1. Kosciuszko takes on the outside, looked like the changeup, a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, 2 strikes here for Kosciuszko, and I don't think there's another Crawdad on this. There's really anyone on the field that I'd rather have in the box with 2 strikes than this man right here. I mean, he battles. We've seen it time and time again. His ability to hit with 2 strikes is really impressive.
The 1-2. Line drive right at the shortstop behind the second base bag. Gordon reaches to his backhand side and snags it for out number 2.
Well, that's a little unlucky. Hot shot right at the shortstop. They had him played pretty perfectly with that shift up the middle. That's an unfortunate out number 2.
Here's Bear Harrison. 322 average at St. Mary's this year as a true freshman. 8 home runs, 36 batted in. A really, really nice freshman year for Bear. Stands with a wide open stance. Holds his bat high behind his right shoulder. First pitch to Harrison is up and away, but called a strike. Maybe at the letters on the outside. No balls and a strike. The view you're seeing from the first base side is exactly our view. So not exactly the easiest to see east to west. No balls and a strike to Bear. Here he takes a little outside, maybe a little low, a ball and a strike. You hear Nicholas Lazara behind the plate say, good miss. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Looked like this slider, something sweeping a bit, and got the little bite from Harrison, no swing.
A ball and a strike, the pitch to Harrison. Pops it up over towards us. That will get out of play, over our heads. Bounce straight back, a ball and 2 strikes. It's not as easy a place to catch a foul ball as it was in San Francisco. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bear Harrison. Trajan Lee looking for strikeout number 1 with 2 outs here in the first. From the windup, peeks in over the glove and the 1-2. Up and away with a good fastball, 2-2. Trajan Lee works from the first base side of the slab with Harrison Again, wide open stance in the right-handed batter's box. The catcher sets down and away, the 2-2. Harrison hits this one high, medium deep left center field, but McChesney, the center fielder, has a beat on it. Circles under in left center to make the grab for out number 3. But the Crawdads score 1 on Casey Cummings' first home run of the year. It's 1-0 Dads when we come back in the bottom of the first. Seven minutes late, but your first pitch time and temperature is brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, trying to hang on to that old town vibe since the early 1900s. It is a beautiful day here in Pasadena. 75 degrees first pitch temperature, 6:14 first pitch time. Let's take a look at the starting nine for Arroyo Seco. Again, coming off an appearance in the CCL Championship Series last year. They start with Crew McChesney, the center fielder. Cam Conley, the DH, hits second with Alex Spurge, the only returner in this lineup, hitting third. Joey Donnelly, the first baseman, cleans it up. Ryan Scott hits fifth. Jacob Shard, the left fielder, hits sixth. Nicholas Lazara, Peter Worth, Tyler Gordon round out the nine for Arroyo Seco. They'll be facing Ryan Delaney.
Ryan Delaney, second start of the summer. Last summer against the Novato Knicks in non-conference play. 3 innings, a run, 3 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks. Let's see what he's got in store for us today.
Left on left. First pitch he throws is a slurve down and away, 1-0 to Crew McChesney. Very fast center fielder. Hits from the left side. Tall, straight up stance. 1-0. Grounded right side, right at Kosciuszko, under his glove and into right field. That's going to be an error on the Crawdads' first baseman.
Number 5.
Yeah, you know, that's probably a play that he should make, and I think you would agree with that. I will say, playing on this field before, it is tough to read the ball off the bat as an infielder. Many times in the multiple games that I've played here, it's tough to see, and that happened to a few of our infielders as well. So I'm sure that as the lights kind of come on, the sun sets, it'll get a little easier. But not the way you want to start the game with a free 90 on a relatively weak ground ball.
Got to bring up Cam Conley, the DH, who started 47 games for Pepperdine just a couple of years ago, but has not really gotten playing time since. The first pitch to him here, swings and misses. Good changeup on the first pitch from Delaney, 0-1.
Yeah, that's kind of the bread and butter right there for Ryan Delaney. Changeups, you know, not going to blow anyone away with the heater. You got to be good with the off speed. And I really like the Ryan Delaney changeup.
From the stretch, the 0-1, big curveball up and away, a ball and a strike. Delaney, sinker, changeup, big breaker, as he calls them, sinkies. Good sinker, gets a lot of ground balls, as we saw on the first play of the game. 1-1, looked like he was on the outside and was just a little bit off, 2-1.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good pitch. That's not a bad miss by any means. And yeah, like you're saying, that sinker, it's the natural lefty sink. All of them have it. And his moves a little bit more than most.
Looks to first, now looks again, kicks with the 2-1. Down and in towards the back foot of Conley. 3-1.
And this is kind of what you're trying to avoid if you're Ryan Delaney. Falling behind, one of the keys of the game was go deep. Go at least 4, and you give yourself a good chance. Qualify for the win, as 4 innings does in the CCL.
Looking to avoid walk number 1, 3-1. Hammered right center field, sending Cummings back into his left, but he's got it right in front of the warning track to make the grab for out number 1. Let's take a look at the Dads' defense behind Ryan Delaney. In the outfield from left to right, Jackson Bird, Casey Cummings, who we just saw in that play. Isaiah Walker, who's played just about everywhere, but now we get to see him in right for the first time. Isaiah Lane, we'll get to see him for the first time all summer. He's at third with Cam Calvillo at short, Evan Merz at second base, Cole Kosciuszko over at first, Xavier Rios behind the plate, Ryan Delaney on the bump. That'll bring up Alex Burge, third baseman from Wichita State, having another strong start to his summer, 2 for 3, but with 5 walks on his young summer. It's from the left side. Delaney throws that same handedness. First pitch to the plate is a curveball down and away, gets stopped by Rios, 1-0.
Maybe nibbling a little bit is Delaney. Only the 1 first pitch strike through 3 batters. Looks like he's trying to start the at-bats with the soft stuff and work into that fastball.
Delaney from just above the belt delivers a fastball up high. A little tight to Burge as well. Burge, the only returner in this lineup from last year's CCL South winning team. Takes a lot of walks, does not strike out. It's got a little pop in that bat too. Just a really, really solid player. Delaney looks to first and the 2-0. On the outside, looked like the changeup, 2-1.
Yeah, if you're going to fall behind 2-0, 3-1, that's the type of pitches that you want to make in those counts. Pretty much, I mean, not unhittable, but if they are made contact with, it's going to be a weak rollover to the right side, ground ball. It's a good spot right there.
2 balls, a strike, and out. Delaney looks over to first. McChesney extends his lead, now the 2-1, and they're going to call him for a balk. So Burge swung and missed. The pitch isn't going to count. It's going to be a balk that pushes over McChesney to second. So an error and a balk, and that's how the Saints have their first runner in scoring position.
Yeah, McChesney off of the first base bag did a lot of dancing, kind of jabbed towards the second base bag, and Delaney was staring right at him. Saw that and kind of flinched with the shoulders. You know, a lot of the times it's going to be tough to tell. Lefty balk moves, that didn't even get the chance to pick off. But nonetheless, an opportunity to work out of the little mini jam in the bottom of the first.
1-0 Crawdads lead. Runner on second now, 2-1 count. Good speed on second with McChesney. Delaney looks back that way and the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Good slider down and away. Got the chase, 2-2. We've known this about Delaney for a while. When his stuff is on, he is nasty. Can get outs with the best of them. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Looking for punch-out number 1 after he had 4 in 3 innings against Novato back in his first start of the summer. Sets above the belt, looks back to second, and the 2-2. Popped up on the infield left side. Isaiah Lane, the third baseman, with his first chance as a Crawdad in foul ground. He makes the play for the second out.
Now batting.
Yeah, good job by Delaney right there. 2-0, battle back to 2-2, get the weak pop-up. That's exactly what you're asking for. Now a real chance to get out of this against his former summer teammate.
It's weird seeing Joey in these colors.
Yeah.
Joey Donnelly steps into the left-handed batter's box. 2 for 6 on his young summer. A pair of runs batted in. Lefty on lefty. He always hit lefties pretty well. Got a good challenge here for Ryan Delaney with a big, powerful Donnelly. Open stance from the left side. McChesney steps off second. The throw back there. Calvillo's tag is just a little late as it led Calvillo a little to the right of the second base bag. And able to get in there safely is McChesney, but a good move from Delaney.
Yeah, and I think Calvillo just a little bit late to that second base bag. A little hesitation from Delaney, otherwise could have had him.
First pitch to Donnelly, swing and a miss. Good slider off the outside and a better up block by Rios, 0-1. Delaney, even after the 6-hour bus ride, it looks like his stuff is working pretty well to start the day, especially the off-speed stuff. He's had good command of the changeup and the slider so far. Still yet to find it with the fastball. Rios sets up on the outside. McChesney takes his lead off second. The 0-1 to Donnelly. Up and away with a fastball, but a good spot, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, that's where he's missed with the heater. It's up and away to lefties thus far. See if he can calm it down. Delaney always pitches with a lot of get up. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement.
A ball and a strike, the pitch. Donnelly grounds it up the middle. Going to his right is Merz, and it's under his glove into center field. That was kind of an easy play for Evan Merz, and 2 errors in the inning. A run comes home to score. We're tied at 1.
Hey, good on Delaney.
Up next, at bat,
Had to get, what,
number
4 outs in this inning?
Now we'll have to get 5.
Yeah.
That's
tough. A bouncer. That was not the toughest of plays, just misplayed a bit by Merz. Went to, instead of the backhand, would have been a little bit easier, tried to square it up, and just couldn't get in front of it.
So the run, of course, unearned on Ryan Delaney. Here's Ryan Scott, 2 for 8, but has struggled with the strikeout, 5 of them in 8 plate appearances. Hits from the right side, big hitter with power. First pitch, down and away on what looked like a changeup, 1-0. So Delaney is going to have to labor through this first inning by no fault of his own. He's gotten 2 grounders and 2 pop-ups. 1 hard hit ball, the ball off the bat of Cam Conley. The 1-0. Hits it high, deep right center field, going back. Walker retreats to his backhand side in front of the track, reaches up, makes the grab. That ball just kept carrying to the right side, right in front of the CCL sign, but Delaney gets through the first inning. We're tied at 1, no hits, 2 errors, a runner left on. We'll head to the top of the second, where the Crawdads will try to retake the lead on the other side here on the Crawdads streaming network. Pair of very different frames for the Crawdads and Saints in the first inning. The Crawdads got their only run on a Casey Cummings solo shot. For the Saints, it took 2 errors, really not a ton of hard hit balls. A couple balls hit to the outfield, a couple balls that kept carrying, but overall a good first inning from Ryan Delaney. Isaiah Lane steps in from the right side for his first Crawdads at bat, facing Trajan Lee. The righty from the windup delivers a ball off the outside, 1-0.
Yeah, and he only gave up the 1 run in the top of the first inning, but there were some pretty good swings put on by Crawdad hitters. I think to the one of Cameron Calvillo, he missed it. It was a high pop-up, just a little bit out in front.
1-0. Fastball right down the pipe, 1-1.
But I would say some good signs, because a lot of good swings. You know, they got their ace swings off in that inning, just nothing but the Cummings home run.
A ball and a strike to Isaiah Lane, hits from the right side. A slider misses down and away. Lane straight up stance, holds the bat far from his chest on the right side, readjusts the batting gloves. Now steps in the Oklahoma shin guard above his, or below his left knee. 2 balls and a strike. Lane slightly ahead in the count. The pitch from Lee is flipped to the right side, but that'll travel foul off to the right, 2-2.
Yeah, got in on him with the heater right there. Saw a slider the pitch previous, and then this one up and in fastball, a little bit behind.
Lane, a true freshman this last year out of Oklahoma, but got some good playing time for one of the top 10 teams in the nation. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lee looking for strikeout number 1. Here's the pitch. Down low with a fastball. Skips off the mask of Nicholas Lazar. Count is run full, and that's kind of what Isaiah Lane does. Took 12 walks to just 4 strikeouts this spring at Oklahoma. Sits the bat down, now picks it up. Holds it straight up in the air. The 3-2. Outside ball 4. Welcome to the Crawdads.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
Number 21, Jackson.
Lays off some good pitches. You think back to the slider in the, was it the 2-1 count, or 1-1 count. Down and away, takes it. Evens the count up, 2-2, and, you know, he's not going to bite, he's not going to chase. Draws ball 4. And a leadoff runner on is good for the Crawdads.
There's Jackson Bird looking to get going, just hitting 167 in his summer, but a guy that has a lot of power, a guy that's done a lot of good at Sac State. Hits from the left side, sits the bat on his left shoulder. First pitch to him. Fastball just below the knees on the outside, 1-0. So far, I've liked the zone in the south more than the north.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
A lot more.
It's a little bit tighter. It's early.
A ball and no strikes to Jackson Bird. A lot of power from the left side as the catcher Lazara sets away. The 1-0. Fastball up and away, called the strike. On the outside, good spot. We're even at 1.
You know, I know that we talked about this a lot last year, batter's presence. Jackson is one of those guys that's got it. He's kind of got that calm stance, rests the bat on his shoulder, not doing too much. I think it's only a matter of time before he gets going.
Lane takes a huge lead off first, the 1-1. Bird flares it right side, moving over to his right is Ryan Scott in the alley, makes the grab for out number 1. A nice catch on the run to rob Bird of what would have been extra bases.
Yeah, it's a sign of good things to come for Jackson Bird. I know he hasn't quite swung it the way he wants to yet this summer. That's a good swing right there in the gap. And just a good play from Ryan Scott. Had to travel a good way to get it. Can't be mad with all outs.
Just about every ball the Crawdads have hit so far today has been hard hit.
Yeah.
Cam Calvillo pop out, but Bear Harrison had his ball travel a long way. Cole Kosciuszko hit a ball really hard to the shortstop. First pitch to Isaiah Walker, grounded off the glove of the pitcher to his right to grab it as the second baseman. Worth fires to first to get Walker, and a really nice play go 1-4-3 on the putout.
Now batting is number 7, Evan Merz.
Yeah, I mean, just A swings. Crawdads are getting A swings off, and Walker he hit it hard, just pounded it right into the ground. Still a good swing, attacking early. Love to see that. And, you know, had it not gotten off the pitcher's glove, maybe it gets up the middle and into center field, so.
That'll bring up Evan Merz, the second baseman. He's been really good driving in runs this summer, has 7 of them. Runner on second, 2 outs. Lane with good speed back there. Lee looks to the plate and the first pitch. Fastball just a little below the knees. 1-0.
So in that first inning for Trajan Lee, 4 batters, 4 first pitch strikes. Here, 4 batters, just 1 first pitch strike. He's been falling behind a bit, and there's been some loud contact. See if the Crawdads can cash in.
The 1-0. Down low with a slider, 2-0.
And we talked about it yesterday. There's no better feeling than, well, making an error isn't a good feeling, but making an error, then backing it up the very next inning with an RBI base hit. Merz has a chance to do exactly that.
Good speed on second, so you just need to get a base knock into the outfield to score Lane with a 2-out jump. 2-0. Lee fakes back to the plate, throws back to second. Thought he got him. I thought he balked.
Tough to tell.
Kind of a weird inside move.
A little bit interesting.
Hung the leg up and then swung it back before firing back to second.
I'll say I thought Lane was out, and I think Lee thought he was out as well.
Lee started walking off the hill. A high set from Lee, the 2-0 to Merz. Runs inside by the shoe tops, 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0 count here. I'd be kind of surprised to see if Merz gets the green light. I don't know. We know Brant Cummings doesn't really give it all that often. He gets one. Let's see what he does.
Lane takes his lead off second with the shortstop Gordon creeping behind him. Lee looks back that way. And the 3-0 to the plate. Tight ball 4. Second walk of the inning from Trajan Lee.
Next batter up, number 9.
Big spot now for Xavier Rios.
Yeah, and a chance to get the top of the lineup up. That's a good at-bat from Merz, not chasing, not, trying to be a hero. Doing what he does, drawing ball 4. Now, I mean, even if Rios were to get out in this at-bat, top of the order is coming up for the top of the third.
Xavier Rios, 200 average in his 10 at-bats this summer. No home runs and RBI. The righty Lee with the first pitch. Rios takes off the outside. 5 straight balls to the Crawdads. Trajan Lee has to take a step off and readjust.
You got this guy on the ropes right here. Last thing you want to do is chase. I would think that they're taking till a strike.
Rios, right-handed hitter, holds his hands tight to his chest with the bat straight in the air. The 1-0. Called a strike on the outside. Looked like he took something off of it.
Yeah, completely fine with that take. Looked to be a little outside, just judging off the reaction of the catcher, Lazara, and Rios kind of lunging out. Good with that take.
Tied at 1 here in the top of the second, but the Dads are threatening against Trajan Lee. A high set. Fakes to the plate. Now Lane's going to try to move for third. No balk is called. Lee's going to toss to third. Burge now runs Lane back to the second base bag. The tag is in time, and that's how the Crawdads run themselves out of the inning. I think Isaiah Lane heard balk from the stadium umpires, basically, and assumed he was going to third. That'll end the inning. Crawdads go 1, 6, 5, 4. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Still tied at 1. Bottom half of the second inning after the Crawdads run themselves out of the top half. It's going to be 6, 7, 8 for the Saints. Jacob Shard, Nicholas Lazara, Peter Worth to hit for the Saints against Ryan Delaney, who really had a really nice first inning. Didn't allow a hit, allowed 2 base runners, both of them on errors, and then they came around to score. The first pitch to the lefty Shard is a slider that slides off the outside. A ball and no strikes.
Yeah, even despite falling behind a few times, Delaney was able to battle back, doing it with the curveball, the changeup, still trying to find the command of the fastball.
Finds it there. Fastball on the outside. A ball and a strike. We're even. Shard 1 for 7 on his summer, but his one hit was a double. Hits from the left side. The pitch. Curveball tapped foul. Good pitch from Delaney. He had Shard way out in front, 1-2.
Yeah, if he can live on the corners like that, he's going to go deep into this game. And curveball, slider, sweeper, whatever it is, it's looking to be pretty good.
1-2. Up high, 2-2.
Completely fine with that, too, because that opens up a curveball down low. Maybe you can flip up a changeup, go back upstairs.
We'll see what he goes to. The 2-2. Curveball popped up left side. Lane sprinting in from his third base position. Lays out, makes the grab on a dive. That's a way to make up for the inning-ending base running decision. But a really nice play to start the inning.
Yeah, that's fantastic in foul ground. Full extension, full speed, in foul ground. That's awesome.
I mean, that's the report on him, is he is a phenomenal athlete, a great defender. He was way in the plus in terms of defensive runs saved this year, even in a small sample. That'll bring up Nicholas Lazara, who struggled this summer, switch hitting catcher. Watches the first pitch, changeup miss, down and away, 1-0. From Delaney, topped foul. It looked like the changeup, and Lazara was out in front. A ball and a strike. 0 for 4 this summer for Lazara. 4 strikeouts.
Not great.
Not great, Bob. Closed off stance from the right side. The 1-1. Line drive left side, base hit. Right on cue. I mean, that's broadcaster's jinx at its finest, right?
Yeah, I think absolutely. You heard it from the dugout. I mean, I heard it from the dugout. I heard that one felt good, didn't it? And I'm sure it did. Triple digits through the left side. First hit of the year. Break the strikeout streak. See if Delaney can get a double play.
First hit of the game for the Saints. That'll bring up Peter Worth, the second baseman. 1 for 5 on his summer with an RBI. That hit came in his last game. Also took a walk. Delaney now working from the stretch. Delivers a fastball up high. A ball and no strikes. Back in high school, our coach, whenever we would get a hit, if it was our first hit of the game, he thought it was really funny to have us all go, first hit of the season, as Delaney fires a changeup on the inside, called the strike. And it would have been funny if we were good, but when we're down, right, 17-2 or whatever, and we're getting infield knocks in the 6th inning because they have their 7th pitcher out there, it doesn't really have the same effect. Delaney from the belt looks to first and the 1-1. Down low, off the mask of Xavier Rios, and kicking over to second base is Lazara on the wild pitch.
Tough one right there for Rios.
Yeah,
really not.
I
mean, yeah, you get down, you block it. He got to his spot. It just kicked a little bit high off his face mask. That'll rattle you up. That'll get your ears ringing for a few pitches.
Looks like it might have even hit off the kind of the triangle side of the plate.
Yeah. Got that little boost.
2 balls and a strike. Now the double play, at least the traditional way, out of order. As this one's tapped to third. Lane on 2 hops to his left. Double clutch. Looks to second. Throws to first. Good stretch by Kosciuszko for the second out.
Here is number 23.
Yeah, he did everything right there. Both the outs in this inning come into the hot corner, if you will. It's nothing, spectacular about that play, but everything was done fundamentally sound. Fields it right, takes a look to second, holds the runner there, and a good strong throw across the diamond.
So now 2 down for Delaney and the Crawdads in the second, trying to match zeros with Trajan Lee. Batting from the left side, Tyler Gordon, the shortstop. Rio sets on the outside. Delaney looks to second twice, now comes to the plate. First pitch slider on the outside. Really nice pitch, 0-1. Just so much more confidence from Delaney this summer.
Yeah, it's a night and day difference from what we saw, at least in the first half of last summer.
0-1. Fastball down and away. Good block by Rios as he keeps it to his left and keeps the runner from second, Lazara, from moving to third.
This is certainly, what he kind of looked like towards the tail end of last year. You could feel like you felt like he had control, and he knew, what his pitches were going to do. You felt like he could locate them. He felt like that. It's all a matter of just getting reps, getting innings.
Ball on a strike, fastball up high. I think more than he had control, he was in control. It was his game.
Yep.
It stopped becoming everyone else's pace. It became his own. And I mean, we'll talk this guy up whenever we get the chance to. Awesome human being, and it's great to see it kind of come to fruition. 2-1 curveball blocked by Rios, keeps it at his feet, and Lazara can't move up. 3-1. You think back to last season near the end of the year, there was a game against Lincoln where Ryan Delaney came out of the bullpen, first guy out, was really good through 3 shutout innings. That was kind of his big game of the year. That was his turning point in the summer. Backed it up, had 2 good innings this year at Bucknell. Yes, it's only the 2, but was good in his appearance this year. In my opinion, should have thrown more innings.
Yeah. Isn't it so funny, so interesting how one outing will just kind of change the trajectory of how even the rest of your career can go. You see it in the majors all the time.
3-1. Front door slider, 3-2.
And saw it with Delaney last year. I think he's going to get a ton of innings this summer. And I think they're going to be really, really solid.
Ryan Delaney was not throwing 3-1 sliders with confidence last year.
No.
Here, it's 3-2, looking for his first punch out. Here's the pitch. Curveball up high, ball 4. Just let it sail, just a touch. First walk for Delaney.
Number 3.
Yeah, just that arm a little bit behind maybe. Curveball pops up, misses high. No damage done necessarily. Still got a lefty-lefty matchup. It is top of the order, but
good spot for Delaney. Left on left with McChesney at the dish. Reached on an error his first at bat. First pitch to him here. Way up high. Good block. Not a block, but good stop by Rios to keep it from going to the backstop. 1-0. Now it's up to Delaney to find his rhythm again. Got in it, especially with the off-speed stuff. Got to find it again with the fastball. Peers in, now looks back to second. Calvillo creeps that way. The 1-0. Curveball tapped first base side, foul. We're even at 1. Score also even at 1 here in the bottom of the second. Crawdads scored their only run on Casey Cummings, who on the 6th pitch he saw in his first at-bat just hit an absolute nuke out to left field. The Saints were able to match that in the bottom half of the first with 2 errors and a balk. Different baseball. A ball, a strike, 2 outs, 2 on for the Saints, who are threatening here in the second, as the Crawdads were. 1-1 curveball, misses a little tight, 2-1. Rios was set on the outside. I think if he had been set on the inside, there's a chance that one could have been called strike 2. McChesney, center fielder with speed. Bats from the left side with a calm stance. Holds his bat right over his left shoulder. 2-1. Fastball hit high, but medium deep left field. Jackson Bird looks like he's got a play on it. Moving back into his right, reaches up, makes the grab for out number 3. And a good job by Ryan Delaney to work out of it. We're through 2, tied at 1 when we come back.
of the third inning. Leading off the Crawdads will be number 9, Xavier Rios.
You just got all the information you needed. Top of the third inning, leading off for the Crawdads, number 9, Xavier Rios. That's like word for word what I was going to say. It's crazy how that happens. Xavier Rios was hitting when the Crawdads ended the top half of the second inning, as Isaiah Lane had a base running miscue on the base paths. So Rios, after seeing 2 pitches, gets a new at bat. First pitch runs tight on a fastball, 1-0. Trajan Lee's been pretty good through 2 innings. Really the only blemish has been the Casey Cummings home run. Has given up some hard contact, but outs are outs. The 1-0. Rios watches a fastball just below the knees on the outside, 2-0. It's like you say, results-based business.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't matter if it's pretty, ugly. Out is an out.
2-0 from the righty. Swing and a miss. Good fastball on the outside, 2-1.
Yeah, I just blew it by him right there. Rios a touch behind. See 2 pitches that weren't relatively close to the zone to start. Then you get that fastball. That happens.
2-1 at the knees on the inside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Rios holds his hands right by the C of the Crawdads jersey. The 2-2. Just a little low, ball 3. Stone cold take.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. You get to see another pitch, stay alive.
3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. The leadoff hitter here in the third with the Crawdads leadoff hitter, Casey Cummings, on deck. Full count pitch, called strike 3. Right at the knees, right on the outside. First strikeout for Trajan Lee.
And first strikeout for either team. One of the keys of the game, don't strike out and walk. A couple of walks for the Crawdads. That's the first strikeout. Just froze him. Fastball outside, maybe a touch off. We don't know. Tough angle. Nonetheless, 1 up, 1 down.
That'll bring up Casey Cummings, who saw 6 pitches in his first at-bat, was close to working a walk, instead hit a tank. You take that 10 days out of 10. First pitch to him here. Slider down and away, good take, ball 1. I have a feeling he will not see a fastball anywhere close to where he saw one last time. A ball and no strikes, tons of power from the right side from the Crawdads' leadoff hitter. The 1-0. Fastball on the outside at the knees, called a strike. Casey didn't think so.
I mean, you can throw that fastball again like he did right there. You just can't throw it belt high, especially not to Casey.
The 1-1. Lee from the windup. Does not get a swing on a slider down and away, 2-1.
Yeah, it's something I think that we've seen improve a little bit from Casey Cummings from last year. That pitch right there, slider down and away. I think a lot of times last year might swing over the top of that, but already this season I've seen him take that pitch.
2-1. Fastball just below the knees and maybe a little inside, 3-1. I love this strike zone. It's also, I think it's a little bit different of a pitching level from some of what the Crawdads have seen recently. 75 turns to 85, turns to, high 8s. 3-1 to Cummings. Down low, ball 4. Good at bat. Third walk from Lee.
Yeah, and really both of these at-bats, I mean, the Rios at-bat went full, that right there, 3-1. And Casey Cummings wasn't giving Trajan Lee anything right there, not expanding the zone. Took a couple of pretty close pitches and draws ball 4. Now with that speed on first base, watch out, Crawdads can be in some action.
10 batters faced by Trajan Lee, 5 3-ball counts. Not a recipe for success. He's had to labor through his 2 1/3 innings. Here's Cam Calvillo, who only saw 2 pitches, flew out to left field. First pitch fastball at the letters on the outside. Cam didn't think so. Shakes his head no a couple times, steps out. But he'll reset. Open stance, twitches the back knee. Waves the bat a couple times forward, now holds it high above his right shoulder. Cummings dances off first. Lee throws that way. Back in safely is Casey Cummings. Donnelly applies the tag. We are so back. A ball and a strike. No, just a strike, to Calvillo. Lee, the high set. See if Cummings goes. He does not. 0-1, grounded through the right side. That's a base knock for Cam Calvillo. Perfect swing on a ball up high. The Crawdads have 2 on with just 1 out.
Yeah, it's his second really good swing of the day. I know he popped up the one in the first inning, but it was a good swing. Just missed it. There he got the barrel to it, got out in front, and smoked it through the left side. That one had that nice loud pop of the barrel that every pitcher hates.
Here's Cole Kosciuszko. He smashed the ball his first at bat, but it was just right at the shortstop, Tyler Gordon. And he is seeing the ball maybe better than any Crawdad right now. Good power from the left side from Kosciuszko. Lee, the high set, looks to second a couple times. First pitch to Kosciuszko is down and away, ball one. Feels like with this part of the lineup for the Crawdads, got to add on. Or got to create a lead, I should say. Tied at 1 here in the third. A 1-0 count to Kosciuszko, who steps out, now steps back in. Taps the bat a couple times on home plate, waves it forward, now holds it straight close to his chest before bringing it above his left shoulder. 1-0, way up high, ball 2. No action for the Saints in their bullpen. It's a pretty deep Saints pitching staff. One of the best pitching teams in the CCL last year. Return a big number of that awesome pitching staff. 2 balls and no strikes to Kosciuszko. Lee does that same little fake move back to home plate. Now throws it into center field, but Worth is there, the second baseman, to back up the play. You can tell when he's throwing to second every time.
Yeah,
the Crawdads finally start to read it a little bit.
It's a little interesting.
It looks like Kenley Jansen when he comes to the plate, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to sell that he's coming to the plate and then picks off to second.
Survey says not great.
Yeah, I don't know.
The high set from Lee, the 2-0. Just got under it. Flares it to right field. Moving in is the right fielder, Scott. Tagging from second, Cummings. We'll see if he bluffs. Scott under it. Will fire it into the shortstop, and a good throw keeps Casey Cummings at second. 2 down.
Yeah, you said it. Just missed it, and he did. It still had that sound, that nice pop, but it's a game of inches. He missed that by a centimeter.
Here's Bear Harrison. I've been riding in the second inning this whole inning.
Stay hot.
Yep.
Stay hot.
Bear Harrison flew out to left field his first time. Again, just got under it. The Crawdads have been putting together some really, really good at-bats against Trajan Lee. If only the Casey Cummings home run to show for it. The single from Calvillo, just the Crawdads' second hit of the day, but we're still tied at 1. No Ernie's for Ryan Delaney on the other side. Harrison from the right side, big hitter with power. First pitch. Off the outside with a slider, 1-0. Harrison ended the first inning with a fly out to left. Here in the third, hits with really good speed on the bases. A ball in the gap, likely scores a pair. Tied at 1 here in the third. Harrison slightly ahead, 1-0 in the count. Cummings dances off second. Now retreats back, extends his lead, now steps back. The 1-0. Harrison watches a fastball. Call the strike on the outside corner, a pitch that has not been there so far today, but gets the generous call. We're even at 1.
Yeah, if you're Harrison here in the box, so what? You can hit with 1 strike. You still got 2. That's why they give you 3.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count, 2 down. The pitch. Flare to the right side. That will drop it foul. 1-2.
Well, now it's time to battle with 2 strikes. 1-2 got in on you with the fastball. He's been not afraid to throw the slider, has Trajan Lee. So that has to be in the back of your mind.
A ball, 2 strikes. Harrison did a pretty good job limiting the strikeouts this year. Just struck out under 20% of the time in his freshman year at St. Mary's. See if he can put the ball in play here. The 1-2. Outside with a slider, 2s.
Yeah, that's exactly what he went to, was the slider. And Bear doing a good job to take that one. You saw him nibble, right? Didn't get the full bite. That flinch with the shoulders. But that's a really, really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces are wild. Cummings and Calvillo, your base runners. The high set from Lee and the 2-2. He is down and away, ball 3. So the runners will be moving. On the pitch, 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're tied at 1. Trajan Lee takes a big step off the mound. Stretches out a little bit. Ready for what is so far the biggest pitch of his summer. Action already in the Saints bullpen. Lee's had to throw a lot of bullets through his first 2 2/3. Nods his head in agreement with the catcher. Runners will be off. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch to Harrison. Lee gets a pop-up, right side. Over to get it, Joey Donnelly, just in foul ground, makes the grab for the 3rd out, and the Crawdads go without a run. No runs, a hit,
Two left on.
2 left on for the Crawdads. We'll head to the bottom of the third, still tied at 1. Bottom half of the third inning, all tied at 1 here from Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena. Ryan Delaney back out to the bump and already back to work. The first pitch of the third inning is muscled into center field, shallow. Casey Cummings sprinting in, has no play. It drops right in front of him. Just a flare base knock for the second hit of the day for Arroyo Seco.
Number 2.
It looked like a pretty interesting swing there from Conley. I don't know if it was a check swing, didn't want to go around, got fooled, whatever it was. He's able to.
All of the above?
Yeah, maybe. Just pokes it into center. A knock is a knock, result-based business, right?
Some action in the Saints bullpen. We'll get you a name in just a second, but here's Alex Burge. Hits from the left side, popped out to the third baseman, Isaiah Lane, back in the first inning. First pitch slider, down and away, 1-0. In the bullpen, it is, I saw number 38, but there is no 38 on the roster. Maybe 36. That's what it looks like it is. A ball and no strikes to Alex Burge. The pitch from Delaney is up high with the slider, 2-0. And that would be Tyler Hergis from Azusa Pacific. Shout out to our social media graphic design intern, Ali Chin, just graduated from Azusa Pacific. Know she's listening. 2-0. Curveball down and away, 3-0. Delaney has not had trouble with the walk so far today, just one. That was to Tyler Gordon back in the second. 3-0. At the letters on the outside with a fastball, 3-1.
That's what we've seen from Delaney at times today. He's gotten behind, and then he's battled back a bit. So now in a 3-1 count, hasn't been afraid to throw the slider, is what I'm trying to say, in this count.
3-1. On the outside, 3-2.
Didn't look like the slider, maybe the fastball. Good spot. And Burge thought he had ball 4.
But all smiles, all fun and games. That's what this is, right? Just a game. No, wrong answer. More than just a game.
This is everything.
This is everything. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. See if Delaney can roll a double play ball. Stats at the belt, looks to first. Deep breath, now looks again, the 3-2. Just a little outside with a slider. Really good spot. Thought he had it.
And that's what falling behind will do to you. You got to battle back, almost got to be perfect. And a really good pitch right there from Delaney, just a little bit low, a little outside.
Got to bring up Joey Donnelly, who reached on an error his first at bat. Delaney needs a double play ball. Can't let these runners get much further. Donnelly from the left side. Tall left-handed hitter with power. Open stance. Adjusts the white batting glove. Swirls the bat one time. Now ready. Delaney looks to second. The first pitch to Donnelly is up high over his head. Looked like he went with a slider, 1-0.
Yeah, kind of struggling with the command a bit after the leadoff bloop base hit on the first pitch of the inning. Last time, kind of lost it a bit. Then had the meeting on the mound with Xavier Rios, he settled back in after that. Maybe if get another ball here, don't be surprised to see him go back out. Just calm him down.
A ball and no strikes to Donnelly after the single and the walk. 1-0. Just a little low with the fastball, 2-0. Delaney loses the ball on the bump, now takes a deep breath, steps back on it. 2 balls, no strikes to a dangerous hitter in Joey Donnelly. Delaney looks in now, comes set just above the belt. Extending his lead on second is Conley. 2-0. Fastball at the knees on the outside, 2-1. Big pitch to get back in the zone.
Yeah, it's good to do it on 2-0, right? You don't want to fall behind 3-0, especially to Donnelly. You mentioned he hits lefties well. Don't want to fall deeper into that hole.
Crawdads looking to roll 2. Delaney set at the belt, looks back to second. Conley dances further. The 2-1 to Donnelly is fouled back. Big hanging curveball, and Donnelly was just out in front. Count evens. He'll take a strikeout, a pop-up, any non-productive out.
Yeah,
Ryan Scott on deck.
Infield fly is in effect.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the third. We're tied at 1. Dads and Saints for the first time since 2022. Delaney a long look in. Now in agreement with his catcher Rios as he looks to second. The 2-2 to his former teammate Joey Donnelly. Pickoff move back to second. They had Conley leading, but just back in safely and able to get the right hand in is Cam Conley.
And a good job by shortstop Calvillo to realize that Conley was dancing a little bit too far off that second base back. He got there, put the tag down, just a little late. But good baseball play right there.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Delaney looks back to second again. Now fakes the inside move back, but doesn't make a throw. We'll do 2-2 again. Battle of 2 guys who played in Crawdad Red last summer. And a big spot for both. The 2-2. Curveball just a little high. 3-2.
Yeah, Ryan wanted it, and it looked pretty good. It really did. Curveball froze Donnelly. That's the one that kind of buckles you up. It starts at your face and drops in. Tough to not get the call right there.
3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. See if there's any movement on the base paths. There's not. 3-2 down low ball 4. Uncompetitive on the 4th ball to Donnelly. Bases loaded.
Number 35, Ryan Scott.
Xavier Rios going to go out to the bump. I think this is a good time for a little look-see.
Wouldn't hate it.
You have the read pulled up by any chance?
I do not.
Well, then we'll do that. Oh, no, this is a good time. Austin Harrington going out to the mound. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by American Stage Tours. American Stage Tours, small enough to care, large enough to compete. Some good games going on. Wow, Conejo and VC in the top of the 10th. Ventura County up 2-1 at Sparky Anderson Field. Slow and Santa Barbara 1-0 slow in the bottom of the 9th at Pershing Park. The game you're listening to tied at 1. San Diego and Academy. San Diego's up at the MLB Urban Youth Academy, and Sonoma and Alameda should have started already, but no live update on the point streak. That's your look around the CCL. Austin Harrington back out to the dugout. Bases loaded. Nobody out for Ryan Scott. If Delaney can work out of this one, that would be pretty impeccable. Bases juice to Scott, who flew out to right his first at bat. First pitch misses high, 1-0. For Delaney, who only threw 2 innings again this spring, this is already more bullets than he had to throw all spring long. 1-0. Down low, 2-0. No action in the Crawdads bullpen either. It's all Delaney's jam to work out of. 2 balls and no strikes after a bloop single and a pair of walks. The 2-0. Hit high, right side. Shallow. Coming in is Isaiah Walker. Tagging from third is Conley. Walker makes the grab. Conley's going to come to the plate. Here's the throw to the plate. The tag is not in time. Conley slides in safely, and it's 2-1 Saints. Both other runners move up as well.
Everything was done right there. Delaney getting weak contact. Isaiah Walker squaring it up. The throw just a little bit up the third base line. I think if it was, a strike, he's out.
Was a pretty good throw. So the first Ernie against Ryan Delaney. That'll bring up Jacob Shard. Popped out on a terrific play by Isaiah Lane back in his first at-bat. Setting on the outside is Rios, the catcher. First pitch to Shard is right there on the outside. And a good job by Delaney to get back in the zone. 0-1. Sometimes it's just like a free throw shooter, right? You got to see one go in. Got to see an out. Feeling a little better now. Delaney ahead in the count for the first time this inning. 0-1. Same spot, but with a fastball, 0-2.
Yeah, getting ahead 0-1. It's a huge advantage. It opens up a whole lot. Now 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes. Delaney brings the set to the belt. And the 0-2. Line drive right field, sinking towards the line. Fair ball. 2 runs are going to score. Shard around first, heading for second. See if he digs for 3. He's going to try to. The cutoff goes to Evan Mers, but Shard's going to be standing at third base with a 2-run triple. And that's a big knock for Jacob Shard.
Yeah, tough for us to tell if it was even a fair ball. It was hooking down that right field line. Our view is kind of cut off by the dugout here. I guess obviously it landed fair and into the corner. It almost seemed like it took Walker a while to get to it. We wouldn't know. And tough for Ryan Delaney right there in an 0-2 count, giving up a triple.
Here's Nick Lazara, who got the first hit of the day for the Saints. A single back in the second. Here hitting in the third. Pops the first pitch up on the infield. Kosciuszko, the first baseman, gives it a look. Over by the Crawdads dugout, has room. Can he make the play? Yes. Nice play by Cole Kosciuszko for a big out number 2.
It's a harder play than I think he made it look right there, because it's working back towards the field of play. Cole trying to find the dugout. Able to, as well as the ball.
Here's Peter Worth. 0 for 1, grounded out to Isaiah Lane back in the second. 3 runs home this inning for Arroyo Seco, who leads 4-1. 2 outs in the inning. Worth all his weight on his back foot as he starts at the dish. First pitch way out in front of a good changeup from Delaney. 0-1. The stuff is still there. Again, this inning started weak hit single into pair of walks. No balls and a strike to Worth. Pitch. Little tight, 1-1.
Liked it, though. Rios liked it, and Delaney kind of nodding that head. It's always good to remind the hitter who's the boss, right? This is your plate, your zone.
A ball and a strike. The pitch. Line drive, left field sinking. Bird reaches over, and he's not going to have a play on it. Falls in front of him. Not a hard hit ball by any means, but it's 5-1. The Saints have scored 4 here in the third.
And just a little bit out in front. I think it was a changeup off the end of the bat. Does enough for a base hit.
Now to bring up Tyler Gordon. Now 4 runs home in this inning, all of them earned off the ledger of Ryan Delaney. 5-1 Saints. First pitch, slider. Didn't miss by much. Not really sure where it missed. To Tyler Gordon, 1-0. He was the first walk from Ryan Delaney. It's now 5-1 Saints. Delaney from the belt. 1-0, grounded right side. Mers scoops it up on the carpet, takes his time, tosses to first, and finally ends the inning. But 4 runs come home to score on 3 hits, a couple walks, and a sac fly. We'll head to the top half of the fourth. Dads have some work to do with Carson Mercier on play-by-play when we come back. 5-1, Saints lead.
Top of the fourth inning at Jackie Robinson Field here in Pasadena, California. It's the Arroyo Seco Saints on top of the Walnut Creek Crawdads 5-1 as we enter the fourth inning. A 4-run bottom of the third as the Saints out in front. It's a new pitcher for Arroyo Seco. They're turning the ball to Tyler Herges, another right-hander for the Saints. Leading off the inning for the Crawdads is Isaiah Lane. Here's the first pitch of the inning. Fastball called a strike on the righty. Big curveball, misses a touch outside, and it's 1-1. Big curveball flipped the other way. Donnelly stops it and takes it to first himself. 1 up, 1 down for Tyler Herges.
First batter that has put a ball in play this year and been recorded out. That did not go where I wanted it to. He has been really good this summer. Just through 2 days ago against the Riptide, 6 strikeouts in 2 innings. Did give up 2 hits, but a really strong start to his summer. Was not good this year at Azusa Pacific. Had a 15 ERA just in 8 innings, but 10 walks to 5 strikeouts.
Here's Jackson Bird from the left side. Curveball again and another swing and a miss. So the count goes to 0-1. We'll see if the Crawdads are able to take advantage. They trail 5-1 in the top of the fourth inning. It's not been the best of starts as this one misses high. But really, it was just that one inning for Ryan Delaney where things started to spiral and got a little bit out of control. The first 3 batters of the bottom of the third inning were able to reach. 1-1 pitch to Jackson Bird and a fastball that misses up above the zone. So 2 balls and a strike on Bird. Coming into today, 2 for 14 on the season. Looking to get something going as the 2-1 misses up and away, 3 balls and a strike. And I will say that fly out to right back in the second inning was squared up pretty nicely, just kind of right at the right fielder, Ryan Scott. 3 balls and a strike, wind up and a swing and a miss. Count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Would have been ball 4.
Haven't seen the Crawdads chase a whole lot today. Trajan Lee was really trying to nibble, but nobody was biting. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Herges from the windup. Fastball, same spot this time. Bird lays off. That's ball 4. He's aboard, 1 gone, and Isaiah Walker coming to the dish.
It's the saying about insanity, doing the same thing multiple times and expecting a different result, something along those lines, right? And that's exactly what Jackson Bird learns
on the fastball. So Herges missing with the fastball, and it's been in that spot as time is called by the catcher Nicholas Lazara. He's going to go out and have a word with the righty.
That's actually kind of exactly the report that we heard from Isaiah Lane before the inning. He said, hey, he's gonna miss high. Arm's gonna lag a little bit. That's exactly what's happened so far.
And you love to see that. A guy that joined the team today. Was not on the bus ride from Walnut Creek. Drove himself here from San Diego. And is already, contributing, especially defensively.
Yeah.
Already a couple of nice defensive plays at the hot corner. Herges now ready for the 1-0. Fastball misses high again. So 2 balls and no strikes, and Herges continues to miss high as the throw back to the mound gets away. Runner off first is Jackson Bird, small lead. Herges comes set at the belt. 2-0 pitch, fastball tapped foul, and it's 2-1.
Just a ball that Walker, was a little out in front of. Looked like maybe a change up there, down and in. Got the chase even after missing pretty poorly for the last couple pitches.
2 balls, 1 strike, and an out in the fourth. Pitches in the ball, kind of flared into right field, not deep. Scott charging hard. He bluffs and won't catch it, so it's a single for Isaiah Walker. Bird had to wait and see. He advances up to second. Runners on first and second, 1 away, and Evan Merz coming up.
Sometimes you need some BABIP luck. Sometimes that'll win you baseball games, right? Just put the ball in play, see what happens. Walker ahead in the count, knows he's going to get something to hit, takes it the other way, dunks it into right field, and results-based business. A knock is a knock.
Here's Evan Merz, the second baseman from the left side. Runners on first and second, 1 gone, top of the fourth inning with the Crawdads trailing 5-1. Herges takes a peek to second, now comes home. First pitch, grounded to the second baseman, Worth. Worth can't handle it. He'll have to go to first and just barely gets Evan Merz at first base. So both runners able to advance 90 feet, but there are 2 gone in the inning.
Now a big spot for Xavier Rios, who has struggled so far this summer, struck out in his first at-bat. Big spot.
Crawdads have left 2 men on base in each of the last 2 innings. They have 2 men on and 2 outs here. Rios is 0 for 1, struck out looking in the third. Still looking for his first hit of conference play. He's 0 for 6. Now wouldn't be a bad time. Burgess comes set. Big curveball that misses up above the belt, and it's 1-0 on Xavier Rios.
Curveball that ended up dropping a little more than I think everyone in the park thought it would. Ended up being just about the letters when the ball was caught.
Burgess again set, the 1-0. Fastball, swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Shadows have crept up onto the field here at Jackie Robinson Field. Lights are on, not yet in effect. The sun just beyond our backs is just about ready to set over the horizon. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 4th inning. Fastball, that's a strike right down the middle, and Rios is down in the count 1-2.
Got to protect. Guy that struggled with the strikeout so far this summer. Put the ball in play. BABIP luck works in weird ways.
Jackson Bird leads off third, and Isaiah Walker off second. 1-2 pitch, curveball in the dirt, taken for ball 2. Looked like a pretty good one, and a pretty good take by Xavier Rios. Count evens up 2 apiece. Top of the order, Casey Cummings waits on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Burgess, fastball misses high, and the count goes full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good job from Xavier Rios to kind of battle back into this at-bat, not giving Burgess much. Burgess set at the belt. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fastball, swing and a foul tip into the catcher's glove. Crawdads had 2 men in scoring position. They're unable to score. Burgess with a big K to get out of the jam. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Bottom of the 4th inning, 5-1 Arroyo Seco. They lead, they come to the bat with the top of the lineup. Crew McChesney, Cam Conley, and Alex Burge to face the new Crawdad pitcher. It's left-hander Chase Dabbs. So Crawdad's going lefty-lefty to start this ball game. First pitch from Dabbs, fastball check swing, and no appeal, no go, says the third base umpire, who
Andrew.
No last name for Andrew. So 1-0 on McChesney. Dabbs comes set. Here's the 1-0. Down below the zone, and it's 2-0. Dabbs relieves Ryan Delaney, who went 3 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 of which were earned, 3 walks, and no strikeouts. The final line, I don't think, tells the whole story. 2-0 pitch, fastball, swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. got down in the count a lot, but really battled. That last inning kind of unraveled on him. In the third, the first 3 men reached single walk to start the inning. And that's never a recipe for success. 2-1, fastball outer third, and a strike to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Really saw him battle, really saw him have command of his off-speed pitches, especially with the slider. That's something that we didn't see a whole lot of last year. 3-1 counts. Most of the time going to get a fastball. Today, it was a lot of mixing it up. 2-2 kind of poked on the ground to Cole Kosciuszko. Goes to a knee, then flips to Dabbs, and there's one gone.
Really, really nice play by Kosciuszko. I think kind of the name of the game this summer is he makes plays look easier than they really are. He learns from the first play that was hit to him, and now he's able to readjust, get his body out in front of it, square the ball up, and make a nice toss over to Dabbs that was covering. Chase Dabbs is no stranger to fielding like he's a first baseman. Played first base for the Crawdads just 3 years ago, which is kind of crazy to think about. But back for his second summer in red.
Now Cam Connolly, first pitch swinging, first pitch fouling straight back and into the fence, 0-1. Connolly singled to start the 4-run third. Flew out to center field pretty deep in the first. No balls, a strike, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Dabbs comes home. Slider just off the outside, 1-1.
Excited to watch Chase Dabbs. I've kind of heard a lot about him over the last couple of years from head coach Brent Cummings. He hit cleanup before his true freshman year for the 21 Crawdads.
1-1 pitch. Fastball low and in, called a strike, and it's 1-2.
Now he comes back as this whippy lefty out of the bullpen with good stuff, and Brent Cummings has said nothing but phenomenal things about him.
And he pitched last against the Merchants on June 8th. Went 3 innings, gave up a run, 3 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. Was up to 91 miles an hour. 1-2 pitch here to Connolly. Fastball misses low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. But really felt like he was in control of that really the whole appearance. Gave up a triple on a ball that may have been misplayed out in right field. Overall, he was extremely solid his last time out. 2-2, swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Crawdads pitching is the second out in the bottom of the 4th.
Really nice frisbee slider there. It was off the outside, but it looked like it was going to break, maybe a little more than it did. Probably had a little bit of gyro on it there off the outside. First strikeout. Nice pitch. Love to see it from Dabbs.
First time that Arroyo Seco has gone 2 up, 2 down. Now the number 3 man, Alex Burge, the third baseman. He's 0 for 1, popped up in foul ground in the first, walked and scored in the third. Lefty on lefty matchup, slider in there, a strike. And I'll tell you what, that thing's pretty nasty.
Yeah. To pair that with 91, something you can kind of tunnel. Burge has to take a step out and readjust. I mean, that's the kind of pitch that makes you want to stop playing baseball.
0-1 pitch, fastball in the dirt. That'll even it up, a ball and a strike.
That's the kind of pitch as a pitcher that makes you stop wanting to play baseball. Duality of man. You know what? That's why we love the game, right?
5-1, Crawdads trailing the Arroyo Seco Saints here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lights on field, completely covered in shadows as the 1-1 is tapped foul behind home plate, off of the home plate umpire, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
He looks good.
Yeah.
He's good.
With you get the feeling when he's ahead of the count,
it's over.
Hitters are in trouble.
Yeah. Got the wipeout slider, got the good fastball. Does not look like a guy who had, single-digit innings at the junior college level this year. This is a talented arm.
Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dabbs from the stretch, slider taken, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks to end the 4th inning, and the Saints go in order. We'll go to the 5th. It's 5-1 Saints here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. 1, 2, 3 in the 5th for the Dads. Casey Cummings, Cam Calvillo, and Cole Kosciuszko. Tyler Herges, right-hander, back out for his second inning of work in a 5-1 ball game at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, California. The Saints on top of the Dads in this one-game series, if you will, as the first pitch to Casey Cummings misses down below the zone, 1-0. Of course, the Crawdads will play the OC Riptide tomorrow night in Irvine at Great Park. 1-0 to Cummings. Fastball at the knees, a strike. And then they will return here on Thursday to cap off the SoCal trip. Just a 3-game trip. Ball and a strike, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Really nice slider. It feels like the first time we've seen that true kind of east-west slider from Herget. It's been a lot of north-south with the curveball.
Herges will peer over his glove, work from the windup. 1-2 pitch skied into center field. Center fielder McKechnie is over to his right. He's got it, and there's the first out of the 5th.
Just got under a little bit. It feels like that's kind of been the name of the game for the Crawdads. And sometimes that's what happens when you have a 6-7 hour road trip, right? You're just a little off on your timing. You're just a little off on the barrel. But I've been pretty impressed by the Crawdads at bats today. I think there's a lot of good to look forward to, and still a lot of game left to be played here.
Another guy that's kind of continued to impress as the season has gone along is this guy right here, Cam Calvillo. He'll watch high ball 1. Singled in the 3rd, but it was a rocket, and has really been starting to hit the ball harder and harder every single game. 1-0 check swing on a pitch that was probably a strike anyway, so the count evens up 1-1. Got off to a slow start, 1 for 7, and since then has not really looked back. A couple of doubles again in the game against the Merchants. He's hit the ball hard continuously since then. 1-1 check swing on a curveball below the knees. Did not go, and it's 2-1.
And I think sometimes just generally you question, right, are guys playing because they love the game or because they're good at it?
2-1 fly ball right center field. Scott moving over to his right. It's the center fielder McChesney. He's there, and there's 2 gone.
What I was going to say about that is you never really question that with Cam, right? He always has a smile on his face. He always looks like he's having a good time, and you love to see that.
2 up, 2 down, 2 flyouts to the center fielder, Crew McChesney. And now Cole Kosciuszko stands in. Cole's 0 for 2, but hit a screamer in the first right at the shortstop. They kind of position him back up the middle. First pitch swinging. He skies this pretty deep left field. Jacob Shard going back. He's on the track. He makes the catch on the run as he runs into the wall. Crawdads go in order in the 5th. It's 5-1 here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Former Crawdad Joey Donnelly will lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Lefty Chase Dabbs back to work. It's 5-1. The Arroyo Seco Saints leading over the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Dabbs worked a 1-2-3 4th inning with a couple of punch-outs. Donnelly is 0 for 1, reached on an error in the 1st and walked, later scored in the 3rd. Lefty-lefty matchup, first pitch of the inning, fastball on the outer 3rd, and strike 1.
You think Aaron Milam, the Arroyo Seco Saints head coach, knows how fast Joey Donnelly is?
Probably.
CCL leader in steals. I mean, that would be my pitch, right, to any CCL team.
0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Well, not the only thing he did well last year. He had 305, 448 on base percentage, slugged around 400, OPS at about 900, 20 RBIs, 9 extra base hits. He was a lot of fun to watch in a Crawdads uniform. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Chase Dabbs starts the 5th the same way he ended the 4th with a swinging strikeout.
Yeah, I was gonna say what you always say, and then I started with the wrong language. Uno, dos, adios, sit you down. I mean, that's pretty from Chase Dabbs. Joey has shown a good eye over the last couple of summers, but that slider down and away is just unhittable. A lot of sweep on that one.
Here's the right fielder from the right side, Ryan Scott. Curveball down and in by the back foot. It's 1-0. Scott flew out to right in the 1st, again in the 3rd, but doesn't get credited for an at-bat as it was a sac fly. This one misses down and in again, and it's 2-0. 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning, 5-1. Crawdads trailing against the Saints. Dabbs takes some time to himself off the back of the mound, now back on the rubber from the third base side. 2-0 pitch, fastball up and away, and it's 3-0. So after striking out Joey Donnelly on 3 pitches, has thrown 3 straight balls to Ryan Scott. Three and 0 from Dabbs. Down and away, that's ball 4. So first walk issued by Chase Dabbs, and there's a runner on with 1 gone.
Pretty uncompetitive at bat, especially after the dominance that he showed over Joey Donnelly, a guy that definitely is better against left-handed pitching or left-handed hitting because of how long he hides the ball and his arm angle from the left side. A guy that, I mean, this is a really, really big comparison, but a guy that I think could be this year's Sean Fitzpatrick from the left side. Just kind of has that same wipeout slider, the same fastball. Obviously a little bit different, but definitely a guy that could be a huge piece for Walnut Creek.
Jacob Shard, the left fielder from the left side, watches strike 1 with the fastball, 0-1. I was going to say the same thing. Different styles of pitchers.
Definitely.
But the similarities are there, especially with that slider. I'm excited to get more TrackMan readings on Dabbs as the 0-1. There's a slider right there, and it's 0-2.
And the difference, I think, just immediately is that Sean Fitzpatrick neutralized everyone, right? Like, literally no one could hit him. He was the best pitcher in the CCL by a wide margin. Dabbs is really good against lefties. Now he has to find out what he can do against righties, if he can kind of go backdoor with that slider, or if he has to trust his fastball and change up a little more.
No balls, 2 strikes. Fastball poked beyond or back of home plate, and it's 0-2.
But he's nasty.
Yeah.
He's a hard thrower. I was, to be honest, not expecting this from a guy that really struggled in 2 years at RCC.
As a man on first, 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning, and an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch, curveball that would have been a ball if taken, but Shard kind of trying to fight it off, and he does, so the count will stay 0-2.
I think everything just moves more than the batter is expecting, and in kind of funky ways, right? It doesn't seem like it takes your normal trajectory of a slider, of a curveball.
No balls, 2 strikes again. Dabbs set. Now the pitch, slider reached for and grounded outside the first base bag. The count will stay 0-2.
I have no idea how Shard got that got to that baseball.
Really, really nasty slider, lefty, and pretty much in the dirt. Look, almost Vladimir Guerrero-esque, trying to golf at it. So we'll have to do the 0-2 again. Shard digs back into the box. Here's the 0-2. Slider, good block by Rios, and pretty good pitch as well. Trying to just creep further and further outside with that slider. Doesn't get the bite here, and the count goes to 1-2. Shard taps the bat a couple of times on home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball grounded to the right side. Mers to his left. Only play is to first, but he bobbles it, and Shard is safe. Second error of the game for Evan Mers. It'll push Ryan Scott into second base, allowing Shard to reach. Runners on first and second, 1 gone. And Nicholas Lazara coming up.
It's just a play that's got to be made by Mers. I think he tried to do a little too much. Saw Shard hustling down the first base line. Knew he wasn't going to have a chance at 2, but I think he thought he had more time than he really did to try to get him at first.
So Lazara now with 2 men on and just 1 out. It is 1 for 2 from the right side. He stands. Dabs a peek to second. Now a slider is in there for a strike. 0-1. Lazara came into this game 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Then in a 1-1 count back in the second inning, ripped one through the left side.
I kind of knew as soon as that pitch was thrown that Xavier Rios was crossed up. You don't really see a guy get out of a squat on a slider like that, and he kind of did a couple leg kicks and was like, yeah, I should probably talk to Dabs about that one. Dabs is all smiles. They'll reset, try to roll a pair.
0-1 with 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Fastball fouled back, and Dabs is ahead, 0-2.
But Rios is tough as nails behind the plate. I mean, he's taken a couple right off that shoulder guard that, you know, it's padded, but it really doesn't do that much, and he's got right back up to it.
Been a couple off the face mask. He's actually switched face masks since earlier in this game. Had the skull mask, now the one piece. No balls and 2 strikes. Dabs comes set at the belt. Runners go off second base. Pitch is a slider that's fouled off over our head. So the count will stay 0-2. And Chase Dabs got bailed out right there by Nicholas Lazara. Swung at ball 1. And Ryan Scott had third base stolen. Timed him up perfectly. And would have been safe at third. No balls, 2 strikes, and out. Dabs long hold top of the mound. Now he'll come home. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slider pulled, but caught by the third baseman, Isaiah Lane. What a snag over at the hot corner for out number 2.
I said off air, I'll say it on air. Best defensive player on the team already. Just unbelievable at the hot corner.
That is the second plus play that we've seen over there. We saw back in the second inning, Jacob Shard popped one into foul ground near the Saints dugout. And he came full extension, full sprint, diving to make the play. And right there, took away extra bases and maybe 2 runs as well. So now 2 gone, 2 on, and Peter Worth, the second baseman, coming up. Lefty-righty matchup, Worth 1 of 2 with an RBI single. First pitch fastball, at the knee is a strike, and it's 0-1. Inning started with a strikeout of Joey Donnelly on 3 pitches. Ryan Scott would walk on 4 pitches. Shard reached on the air, then the line out. 0-1, Dabs home. Slider below the zone. That'll even things up. 1-1. 5-1, Crawdads trailing in the bottom of the 5th inning from Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, California. First of 3 SoCal games early in the 2024 season. Dabs set. Here's the 1-1. Slider, check swing. Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire, Albert, and it's 1-2.
I mean, we have 2 ways we can go with this, right? We can make up a last name or just call him, like, Big Al, like the guy who hits stingers.
Let's go with Big Al.
Yeah.
I think that's a good nickname. Ryan Scott leads off second. Jacob Shard leads off first. 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th inning. Chase Dabs trying to keep him there. Ball and 2 strikes. He deals. Fastball, sky to right side. Kosciuszko moving over into foul ground along with Isaiah Walker. And they're just going to watch this one into the bullpen. So the count will stay at 1-2. And the 2 defenders will have to make the long jog back to their respective positions.
Couple big pitches coming up for Chase Dabs. Would like to get out of this one, keeping it at 4. Crawdads' offense has been good this year, averaging about 6 runs a game. If you keep it here, you're feeling all right.
Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tyler Gordon, the number 9 man, waits on deck. 1-2 pitch, starting to stop from the runners as this one is poked down the first base line and just out of the reach of Cole Kosciuszko, the first baseman.
Just no hard contact off Dabs so far. Everything is batters out in front, batters timing things up weird, and it's been fun to see. He's been really, really good through his inning and 2/3, trying to keep it scoreless.
5-1, Crawdads trailing in the 5th. Middle of the order coming up for the Crawdads in the top half of the 6th inning. Long wait. Now Dabs comes set. 1-2 pitch. Slider taken. And wow, it didn't miss by much. I guess outside. Didn't really seem to be too much of a complaint from the catcher Xavier Rios or Chase Dabs for that matter. And the count will go to 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 men on and 2 out. Dabs comes set, deep breath. Now he delivers. This one's lined in the left field just in front of Jackson Bird. Runners will be held, and it's a 2-out single to load the bases for Peter Worth.
For the Saints, number
Not often with 2 outs, you see a ball hit too hard that a runner can't score from second, and when you know you have a 2-out jump, but Bird does a nice job to keep it in front of him. Look, the arm's got to be a little bit tired out and left. Gets it in quickly.
First hit of the inning, but it loads the bases, and the number 9 man, Tyler Gordon, coming to the plate. He walked in the second and grounded out to second in the third. Big spot here with the Saints looking to add on. 5-1 they lead in the bottom of the fifth. Lefty-lefty matchup, a favorable one for Chase Dabbs, and he hits him right on the right elbow.
RBI.
It's an RBI hit by pitch, and the Saints lead 6-1.
Next batter up,
Just a brutal way to lose it there.
number 3, McChesney.
Looked like, you know, Gordon's got that elbow guard. Definitely stuck it out a little bit, but a pitch that would have gotten in and hit him anyway.
I mean, that's a big one because now the top of the order is coming up. With 2 outs, it's Crew McChesney. First pitch right there for a strike, and it's 0-1. McChesney is looking for his first hit. He reached in the first on an error, came around to score, which tied the game at that point. Flew out to left in the second and grounded into a 3-1 in the fourth. Bases loaded, 2 outs here. 0-1 from Dabbs. Fastball tapped behind home plate, and Dabbs is ahead, 0-2. Kind of when he's been most effective. 1-2, 0-2. Does have 3 strikeouts. And now would not be a terrible time for the fourth, as the home plate umpire, Big Al, going to go give the courtesy timeout for Xavier Rios. Took that one off the hand, was a little bit shaken up.
But like I said, tough as nails. He was back up, ready to play. Home plate doesn't need a ton of dusting. Big Al's giving him a couple more seconds. That's why we love him.
Jacob Shard off third, Peter Worth off second, and Tyler Gordon off first. Leadoff man, Crew McChesney, in an 0-2 count with the bases loaded. 2 gone in the inning. Dabbs comes set from the stretch. 0-2 pitch is reached for and poked back behind home plate. We'll do it again.
It's just nasty stuff from Dabbs. These hitters are so out in front. There's been a little luck this inning, a little bad luck as well. You look back to the Evan Mercier that would have been out number 2.
0-2 one more time. Here it comes from Dabbs. Slider in the dirt and blocked by Xavier Rios. Kind of poked it back out towards the pitcher's mound. But nonetheless, a good job to keep it in front, and the count is 1-2.
Yeah, that's just an awesome block from Xavier Rios. A ball that was out in front of the plate. He kept the glove down. Now he's going to pump his fist. He's rooting for his pitcher as hard as anyone right here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As nasty as Dabbs has been, these Saints hitters have put up some really good at-bats. Here's the 1-2. Slider, swing and a miss. Chase Dabbs leaves the bases loaded. A run does come home to score, but he's got his 4th strikeout of the day. We'll go to the top of the 6th. It's 6-1. Arroyo Seco on top of Walnut Creek here on the Walnut Creek Crawdad Streaming Network. Top of the 6th inning, Crawdads have dug themselves into a pretty deep hole. They trail 6-1 to Arroyo Seco. Tyler Herges back out to work his 3rd inning. Bear Harrison stands in and takes high, ball 1. 1-0 on the DH, who had a monster year at St. Mary's College. Hasn't quite found his groove in the 2 at-bats he's had with the Crawdads. 1-0 from Herges, fastball at the knees, a little bit low, so 2-0. We were talking to Bear before the game. Really, you were talking to Bear before the game, and I overheard. He hasn't had a live at-bat in 2 weeks, so it could take him a few days to get back into rhythm as he takes a big cut at this one and fouls it back, and it's 2-1.
And BP is BP, but the swings look different, right? Like this is a player on a little bit of a different level than some of these guys, and it's not a knock on any of the players on the Crawdads. This is just a really, 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 really good baseball player.
2-1 home from Herges, slider just off the outside, and it's 3-1.
I don't even know if we've talked about the lineage, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, his brother's not a bad baseball player either.
Should we just leave it there and have people guess who the brother is?
I was gonna. 3-1 pitch from Tyler Herges. Fastball hit hard on the ground. It's the shortstop Gordon that comes up with it in the hole. Long throw dug out by Donnelly at first. Nice play all the way around. 6-3 on the putout. Tyler Gordon, hang a star.
Yeah. Really, really nice play going backhand in the hole. Joey Donnelly picks it at first base.
Six straight set down by Saints pitching. And 6 straight set down by Tyler Herges. He's been really, really good since coming into this game. Now Isaiah Lane. Lane looking for his first hit as a dad. Fastball high and tight, and it's 1-0. Grounded into a 3 unassisted in the 4th, walked in the 2nd. 1 out, top of the 6th inning. 1-0 pitch. Again, high and tight. Brushes him backwards. Kind of had to get out of the way. And it's 2-0.
Dad's seen some runs.
Haven't scored since the leadoff batter, a Casey Cummings home run. 1-1, off the hands and into right field. Pretty shallow. Scott charging hard. He will get it on the run. And there's 2 down.
Just kind of off the inside part of the bat, off the hands. 2 quick outs. Tyler Herges has been really, really good since he's entered the game for Arroyo Seco. And this is kind of a different level of pitching than the Crawdads have seen over the last couple games. You know, a lot of guys that are pitching at the junior college level that haven't really had those innings at the junior college level that are still trying to find their feet. This is not the case here.
Righty lefty for Jackson Bird, who watches ball 1 high, 1-0. I mean, coming into this game, 18 innings in 2 games, of course, for Arroyo Seco. They'd only walked 6 batters. They'd struck out 23. And a big cut and a big miss. 1-1 for Jackson Bird.
And the Crawdads, I mean, your keys to the game, right? Take some walks, don't strike out a ton. They've done a good job at that. 3 walks to 2 strikeouts. You take that any day of the week. Just the balls in play have not fallen.
1-1. Big looper popped up mile high behind the second base bag, but it's the second baseman, Peter Worth, moving over to his right in the outfield grass to make the catch. That's 8 straight set down by Tyler Herges. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Saints 6 and the Crawdads 1 here on the Crawdads streaming network. Cam Conley, Alex Burge, and Joey Donnelly in the bottom of the 6th inning, with the Saints leading 6-1. Chase Dabbs' first pitch heater is at the knees and catches the inside part of the plate. So it's 0-1. Dabbs' third inning of relief. He's been pretty good. The 1 run back in that last inning, unearned, is what we're going to go with, as the 1 pitch is fouled back and out of play. 0-2. 3 errors for the Crawdads today. Pretty uncharacteristic, usually. Pretty solid defense. And, well, directly, 3 errors is just never going to be good. There's not much else to say about that. But Dabbs in an 0-2 hole here. Slider hit into center field. Casey Cummings started back, comes in, dives, he won't get it. It's off the heel of his glove. Made a spectacular second effort to try and get that one, but it'll fall in, a base hit. Kind of got beat off of the bat. Thought it was going to be a little bit deeper, then had to come in. Wasn't able to get it.
Definitely looked like he started back, ended up coming in, wasn't able to make the play on that one. But, you know, another one of those weak hit balls off of Dabbs. That one was not hit hard by any means, just found the outfield grass.
So now Alex Burge, the third baseman. And on first, nobody out, bottom of the 6th. First pitch fastball is fouled back behind Xavier Rios, and it's 0-1. So 4 pitches in this inning, 3 strikes and the single. Burge struck out in the 4th, popped up in the 1st, walked and scored in the 3rd. Tough lefty-lefty at bat for him right here. Dabbs comes set, doesn't even look at first base, now comes home and finds the outer part of the plate with the fastball, and he's ahead for a second straight batter, 0-2.
We've noticed that a couple of times with Dabbs. He really doesn't care about the runners on. He trusts his stuff and knows that he can win at the dish, but at some point that's going to end up hurting him.
No balls, 2 strikes. Dabbs set. Now he'll come home. Slider hit hard and through the right side, a base hit. Stopping at second base is Conley, and it's back-to-back singles to start the 6th inning for the Saints.
There's a hard hit knock off the bat of Alex Burge. Left on left, Crime just pounds it through the right side. Really good piece of hitting. Now, Crawdads are in trouble again. Keep this one at 6-1 and you're feeling okay, even though Tyler Hergis has done a really, really good job. There's a new arm in the bullpen for Arroyo Seco. You got to get some runs on the board.
And Joey Donnelly coming up. 2 on, nobody out. Donnelly struck out on 3 pitches in his last at-bat. Really got overmatched by Chase Dabbs. Dabbs going to try and dance out of some trouble as he gets a ground ball to Evan Mers. Mers takes his time for the flip to second, and just in time, a really, really underrated play by Cam Calvillo, the shortstop. Kind of turned himself into a first baseman to stretch. He knew he had no time at first. Moving up to third base is Conley, and Donnelly reaches on the 4-6 fielder's choice.
Now the situation kind of stays the same. Get a ground ball, try to get out of this inning. Hopefully it's right at one of your middle infielders. Mers, I think, was a little indecisive. Do you go over? Do I go under there on the toss? Decided to go under, and that might have cost the Dads at a double play.
Now Ryan Scott, first pitch, swinging right through it. 0-1. Chase Dabbs has really commanded the strike zone in this at-bat, or in this inning. All 4 batters that have come to the plate have seen a first pitch strike. 0-1. Just a little bit inside. Kind of had Scott hopping up out of the way of that one. So ball and a strike, 1 out, bottom of the 6th inning. And the Saints looking to add on with runners on the corners. Dabbs comes set. Deep breath and the 1-1. Curveball hit foul, and it's 1-2. I'll tell you what, this inning, it's really whole outing for Chase Dabbs. It's been a race to 1-2, 0-2. He's really gotten to 2 strikes early in at-bats. Looking for his 5th strikeout. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning. Pitch home. Slider in the dirt, gets under the glove of Xavier Rios, and a run will score. 7-1 Saints lead as everyone moves up 90 feet.
Just a tough break there. Curveball that I think Rios thought was going to be in the dirt. It ended up kind of squirting, it looked like almost over his glove between the wickets. Not sure what you want to call that one. I'd go pass ball.
I'll agree with you. Pass ball as the run comes home to score 7-1. Donnelly up into second base, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count for Ryan Scott. He'll take outside, and it's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Erases the double play as well, which is tough. Now open base on first, bottom part of the lineup coming up. But if you're Dabs, you want to get this hitter right here, especially in a 6-run game.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Donnelly taking off for third, pitches high ball 4, throw to third, gets away from the third baseman lane. Donnelly thought about coming to the plate. He'll now scamper back into third. A stolen base of third and a walk. Runners on the corners again, just 1 out for Jacob Shard.
We're used to that with Joey, right? Stealing bases doesn't feel like he should steal. He's just so smart on the base paths.
He really, not the fastest guy, of course, but he does it with the timing. Timed up Dabs well there, and had the throw been perfect, I still think he would have been safe. So Jacob Shard, lefty. First pitch, a strike, 0 and 1. Shard popped up and foul ground in the second, tripled in the third, and reached on an error in the 5th. Runners on the corners, 1 gone, bottom of the 6th inning. Lefty Dabs comes set. 0-1 pitch. Fastball on the outer corner, and it's 0 and 2.
What we learned about Joey Donnelly last year is he's just super cerebral, right? He reads everything about a pitcher, and that's how he's able to get those steals on stealing third against Dabs and Rios isn't necessarily easy.
0-2 is kind of hammered out into straightaway center field. Casey Cummings was positioned in right center, has to move all the way over to make the catch. Tagging from third is Donnelly. Run comes home to score, and a sac fly RBI for Jacob Shard. It's 8-1 Saints in the 6th.
He's been kind of the killer today. Had that 2-run triple back in the third. Now here's sac fly, makes it 8-1, and just not the game the Crawdads wanted coming off the bus.
Still a man on and 2 gone. The catcher Nicholas Lazara coming up. He's 1 of 3 in the ball game thus far. Lined out sharply to third his last time up as the first pitch misses up and away, 1-0. Ball and no strikes. Dabs to the plate, just below the knees, and it's 2-0. Sun pretty much set. I'd say it's twilight, it's dusk. Lights have fully taken effect over Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, California. 2-0 crowds him, but is called strike 1, 2-1. Pretty good pitch right there to get in on the hands of a right-handed batter.
Some popping in the Dad's bullpen.
Looks like it's Drew Aguiar starting to get loose, not quite reached the mound. Runner goes off first. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's a ball, misses outside and gets away from Rios. Back behind the plate, tries to slide and stop the runner from advancing any further.
Now they're just picking on Dabs, right? We mentioned how felt like his lack of being able to keep runners on was going to come back to bite him at one point, and there it is.
It's a stolen base for Ryan Scott, second stolen base of the inning for the Saints. 3 balls, a strike, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th, and another man in scoring position. 3-1. Fastball fouled into the net, and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Sometimes I think we've seen it with both of the Crawdads pitchers today. The longevity just isn't there. The ability to go deep into games isn't really there yet, right? Some of these guys threw only 3-4 innings in their spring, and so having to go 3-4 innings in a game is difficult.
Payoff pitch home. Fastball fouled back. We'll do it again. 2 runs already home in the inning for the Saints. They're looking to add on. They lead 8-1, bottom of the 6th. Inning started with a Cam Conley single. Alex Burge would single. Donnelly grounded into the 4-6 fielder's choice. A walk, sac fly, and now we're here. Runner on second, 3-2 pitch, slider down and away. That's ball 4.
3 walks in the outing for Dabs. I think the final ledger isn't going to be as pretty as I think, especially the first inning and a half was.
Second walk of the inning. And Peter Worth, who hit a single off Chase Dabs in his last at-bat, is coming up with men on base. Dabs a deep breath, trying to get a hold of this inning. First pitch of the at-bat, fastball misses low and away. 1-0. So really saw Chase Dabs, even in this inning, get ahead 0-2, 1-2. And these last few batters hasn't quite been the same. 1-0 from Dabs. Fastball at the knees. That's a called strike, 1-1. you're able to get out of this, if you're Dabs, you still leave some hope in the Crawdads dugout. 7 runs, 3 innings isn't the craziest task in the world, but if it were to slip any further, it could get ugly. As the 1-1 swung and a miss, 1 and 2.
Yeah, not the prettiest game so far, but again, I really have been impressed by the Crawdads swing so far today, especially getting off a bus. It's difficult. I think, some things to build off of going into tomorrow and in the latter third of this game.
1-2 pitch from Chase Dabs in the dirt, gets away from Rios again. Everyone's going to move up 90 feet.
That one definitely a wild pitch, just a fastball that was spiked in front of the plate. Not much Rios can do with that. Had to try to come up with it and couldn't make anything happen.
So it's Ryan Scott up and into third base and Nicholas Lazara into second. And pitching coach, Coach Austin is going out.
Need the last name?
Yeah.
Harrington.
Harrington. I was going to say Bergeron, and I'm like, that's just
You
not
should have.
right.
You should have. You really should have.
That's
Would have been
just-
wrong, but it would have been funny.
Yeah, true. Good time for a look
I was
around the
just
CCL.
going to say that. Go for it. You have it or you want me to have it?
Go for it.
This look around the CCL is brought to you by American Stage Tours. Small enough to care, large enough to compete. We got an upset at Sparky Anderson Field. The VC Pirates defeated the Conejo Oaks 2-1. I think Slow beat Santa Barbara 1-0, but point streak is weird with that one. San Diego is up on the Academy 5-2. That one is in the top of the 7th. It is 8-1. The Crawdads trail the Saints here in the 6th.
And a 2-ball, 2-strike count to the second baseman, Peter Worth. After the mound visit, Chase Dabs back on the bump. He'll appear home and get his sign from the catcher, Rios. Comes set at the belt, trying to leave men in scoring position. 2-ball, 2 strikes, and it misses low. Counts full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Not be surprised if this is the last batter for Chase Dabs. Just look like he's starting to tire a little bit. The arm's starting to lag. A big pitch coming up.
2 runs already home in the inning for the Saints. Dabs trying to keep it at that. 3-2 pitch. Fastball inside, ball 4. Third walk of the inning for Chase Dabs, and the bases are loaded.
Here is number 23.
Ball on the inside, just couldn't get the call. Rios couldn't squeeze it. That definitely didn't help. And bases juice. Dabs looks like he's gonna stay in.
It is the number 9 man, Tyler Gordon. Came up in this spot in the last inning. Got hit by a pitch. And no, this is going to be the day for Chase Dabs. Brant Cummings making that slow walk out to the top of the mound. We have a pitching change in the 6th inning from Jackie Robinson Field. 8-1, Crawdads trailing the Arroyo Seco Saints. We'll have that pitcher when we come back. You're listening to Crawdad Baseball here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads Streaming Network. Bottom of the 6th continues. 2 outs, bases loaded, new arm for the Crawdads. It's the right-hander Drew Aguiar in his second appearance of the summer. His first was really, really good, and he comes in a sticky spot here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Tyler Gordon coming up. From the left side, Aguiar, the righty, fires and misses down and low, 1-0. All the runners on base are left on by Chase Dabbs, who departs this game. 1-0 from the righty Aguiar. Fastball lined the other way, and it's 1-1. Aguiar, 4 innings, a hit, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and a 5-4 loss to the San Francisco Seagulls, the second conference game for the Crawdads. Aguiar comes set at the belt. 1-1 pitch. Change up, and pretty late was Tyler Gordon. He gets a piece, and it's 1-2. Aguiar described as a strike pumpa. P-U-P-A.
Papa?
M.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. E.J. McGrew said it himself. 1-2 pitch. Taking that strike 3. So the Crawdads are finally able to get out of the inning. Drew Aguiar faces one batter, and he strikes him out. However, the damage has been done. 2 runs come home to score for the Saints. We'll go to the 7th. It's 8-1, Arroyo Seco leading on the Crawdads streaming network.
Top of the 7th inning here from Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena. New pitcher for Arroyo Seco, it's Kobe Minchie, the right-hander from Dallas Baptist. Was homeschooled in high school and, you know, had kind of the same school for the first, 18 years of his life, homeschooled, and then goes through 2 schools in 2 years. The first year at UT Austin, the second one at Dallas Baptist, but now faces Isaiah Walker, Evan Mers, Xavier Rios, 7, 8, 9 in the Dads lineup as Walnut Creek trails 8-1. Isaiah Walker, 1 for 2, watches the first pitch past his head, behind his head, 1-0. The final line for Tyler Hergis, 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, a walk, a strikeout. He leaves in line for the victory. He was tremendous. It's Kobe Minchie on the bump.
Thank you.
Minchie from a high stretch, kicks the leg, and the 1-0 is down low, 2-0. His last year at Dallas Baptist, phenomenal baseball school, by the way. A really good article in The Athletic about how good Dallas Baptist is. He struggled, however, in 2 appearances, just through a third of an inning, gave up a pair of runs, 3 walks to strikeout. 2 balls and no strikes is the count. This one misses high again, and there's kind of been the problem for Minchie over the last couple of years, 12 walks in just 12 innings, but does have 14 strikeouts over 11 games, 3 starts between UT Austin and Dallas Baptist. The walks have always been high. The runs allowed have always been high, but again, the strikeout stuff is there. Uber talented arm from the right side, and here pitching with a 7-run lead, kind of the kind of spot you can play around a little bit with your food if you're Arroyo Seco. A high set, 3 balls and no strikes. Slider, down low, ball 4. Walker takes his first of the game, and after Burgess just allowed 1 in his 3 full innings, it's 1 batter, 1 walk, 4 pitches.
Well, you're trailing 7 later innings, better than a 4-pitch walk. Get that leadoff man on and start a rally. Why not?
That'll bring up Evan Merz, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. He's made a couple errors today, and both of them have cost Walnut Creek. First pitch slider backdoored him 0-1. So if you're Evan Merz, you want to put a ball in play, make something happen, pull something down the line, slice a double, hit a tank. Why not? No balls and a strike. Pitch. Down low, ball 1.
Yeah, good speed on first for Isaiah Walker. First to third on a single. Maybe
move the line.
Yeah, just keep it going. Get that next man.
Who says no? 8-1 the score. Not I.
I don't say no.
Not I. Merz looking for his first knock of the day. 1-1. Fouled off to the left. 1-2. Crawdads have not had a hit since Isaiah Walker's last at bat. It was 8 straight set down by Hergis for the walk. Now a ball and 2 strikes to Evan Merz, the second baseman. Minchie, a high set from the stretch. 1-2. Off the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Walker on first, likely not moving anywhere with a 7-run Crawdad deficit. But again, put some runners on, make something happen, get some runs on the board. Already some stirring over in the Saints bullpen. 2-2. Tapped, right side. Donnelly fields on 2 hops, throws to second. The tag, in time. Really nice play by Donnelly. It was a double. I didn't even see him tap on the bag. The Joey Donnelly revenge game. That's completely on me again. It's kind of an obstructed view with the pole literally right in front of me.
Yeah, it kind of hit right at him with the runner holding. He was holding the runner on. Took that hop off the bag after Minchie had come to the plate. Then the ball took him to his left, was able to touch the bag, and I guess Walker was out at second.
Xavier Rios takes the first pitch fastball below the ankles, 1-0.
I think the throw beat him to second, and the tag probably didn't. That's what I will say.
Ball and no strikes to Rios. Slider, call the strike on the outside, though the catcher dropped it. We're even at 1. And sometimes, again, it's all you need if you're Kobe Minchie. Find a strike. Find a kind of a lucky out. Minchie looks to the third base side now with a 1-1, way down low with the fastball. So it goes for the Dads in their first road trip of the season. First real road trip of the season.
Extended stay.
Yeah.
Long way from Kansas.
Even longer from Walnut Creek. Don't check the math on that one. 2-1, misses up high. 3-1. Rios a pair of strikeouts, one swinging each way. One looking, one swinging. 3 balls and a strike with Casey Cummings on deck. Cam Calvillo in the hole, and an 8-1 Crawdad deficit. 3-1. Slider at the knees. That's the pitch that Minchie's had a little more command with. 3-2.
Got to protect now if you're Rios. Already struck out twice today. 3-2 count.
Full count pitch. Got him. Strike 3 swinging. Walk, double play, strikeout, and a hat trick for Xavier Rios. Bottom 7 after we stretch. Pinch hitter leading off the bottom half of the 7th inning. It is Blake Haggerty. First pitch to Haggerty is a fastball that runs tight. 1-0 the count to Haggerty. Blake. He wears number 16 from Mount San Antonio College. Two-way guy. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. 1-1. He didn't get, or excuse me, he's had really good success on both sides of the ball. Had 11 strikeouts per 9 this year. Also a 1022 OPS. Really, really solid player. Hits for Crew McChesney. One of your favorite names ever. 1-1 from Aguiar. Slider down and away. Did he go? Nope. The lights are not lighten as much as I think people want them to.
It's kind of dark. I was about to say, it does feel dark.
To be fair, we also haven't really played many night games in our 2 full summers together. This one's tapped to third, backing up to get it. Lane, 2 big hops, double clutch, cross the diamond, picked out by Kosciuszko. That is a really, really nice play that, to be honest, the Crawdads haven't had on either end of that play over the last 2 years.
Yeah, that was really, really good stuff by Isaiah Lane over there at the hot corner. I love the way he played that. I mean, backed up to get the favorable hop, trusts his arm, trusts his first baseman, a little bit low and dug out by Cole Kosciuszko. I mean, that all around, tip your cap, because that's a good one.
What I'm most excited about there, really, is the fact that I didn't butcher Kosciuszko's name. At least I don't think I did.
Stay hot.
Here's Ethan Elliott for his first at-bat. Slashes at one and fouls it off to the left over by the Saints bullpen. 0-1. Ethan Elliott from Oral Roberts. All of a sudden, a baseball powerhouse. A 1 swing and a miss. Good fastball. 0-2. I'm a big fan of small school baseball powers. I just think that's awesome. Where it's like you're really just focused on actually developing your players, right? You have them for 3 years and you know they're going to get really good. It's kind of what Oral Roberts has done over the last couple of years. 0-2. A long wait from Aguiar. Now the kick and the pitch. Fastball kind of tomahawked foul off to the left.
Some late swings out of both Haggerty, now Conley. He took that out of Xavier Rios' glove.
It's actually Easton Elliott. Excuse me. I heard Ethan. My bad. Stay hot. 0-2. Fouled off to the left. Aguiar. Good.
Yeah.
Really good. No balls and 2 strikes to Easton Elliott. 8-1. Crawdads trail here in the bottom half of the 7th from Pasadena. I'm a huge, huge Pasadena fan. I think Pasadena is a really, really nice city.
Yeah, it's nice.
Big fan. My mom also a very big fan.
Rose Bowl, that's cool.
Yeah. I'll broadcast here in 3 months.
Lucky you.
Yeah. The 0-2. Big curveball drops in. Call the ball.
Good pitch. Frozen. Everyone's frozen. Including Big Al.
A ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 7th. 6 outs for the Crawdads to get 7 runs. Aguiar trying to keep it at a 7-run deficit. 1-2. Curveball. Tapped slowly first base side. Kosciuszko gobbles it up. Underhand toss to Aguiar covering for out number 2. Cole Kosciuszko, I think, could play shortstop. Like, obviously not, because left-handed and everything, but he's smooth.
Yeah, he does it right.
Yeah.
Puts himself in position to make good plays, and he does. Good player.
Good player. Ouch back. Here is not Alex Burge, but a guy that looks... No, it is Alex Burge. So that's why it looks just like Alex Burge, is because it is. I had him as number 7 in my book. Not number 7, number 2. First pitch, curveball. Called the ball, up and away, 1-0. I was going to say, this guy looks a lot like Alex Burge.
Yeah, he does.
One could say identical.
He's wearing the same number and everything.
1-0, fastball, up and away. Outstairs, 2-0.
Dude.
2 balls, no strikes. Lock it in. Lock in City.
So crazy.
Lock in City, Pasadena. 2-0 from Aguiar. Fastball off the outside, dropped by Rios. Is it Kind of caroms to his right. 3 balls, no strikes. Lights are not lighting. Dads will be back in action tomorrow out in the Great Park in Irvine. The lights light there. 3-0. Right down the pipe at the knees on the outside. 3-1. That game will be at 7. Latest start of the year.
Yeah, that's late.
That is literally the latest the Crawdads hopefully will start. 3-1, down low ball 4. Last year.
Oh, yeah.
You know exactly where I'm going with this
I know
one, right?
exactly where you're going. It's honestly a night that I don't want to relive, but bring it up.
You can, mute me.
No, go. I want you to. No, please. Enlighten the listeners.
Last year in Lincoln,
Yes.
in Lincoln, California. I mean, Bay Area adjacent knowers will know that Lincoln, California gets absurdly hot in the summer. And so we were supposed to play there at, I think the original first pitch time was scheduled for like 6.
Right.
And we were like, oh, it's 112 degrees at first pitch. We're at 6 p.m. We're going to wait for the sun to go down. Donnelly pops one up. Shallow center field. Back out is the shortstop, Calvillo. I don't know if anyone can see it. No one does. It's going to drop. It's a base knock out in left center field. Bird's going to fire back to second. No one's covering at first. It's a single for Joey Donnelly. There's going to be runners on the corners with 2 down. Lost it in the whites. And so back to my story as Joey Donnelly has his first hit against his old team. We were like, we're not playing at 6:05 and it's 112 degrees. And so we waited, and the Lincoln was basically like, hey, we can start at 8:05 tonight. Great. 8:05 in Lincoln. It's gonna cool down. The sun's gonna set. No. 104 at first pitch at 8:05. And as is the case always, right? That ended up being the longest game of the year, it felt like. First pitch backdoor slider on the upper outside edge to Ryan Scott, except this is not Ryan Scott. This is a swing and a miss from
Eli Watson.
Eli Watson.
And I think it was like 10 o'clock and still 95
Oh,
degrees. Yeah. I remember being not happy.
Yeah.
And sticky and sweaty. Yeah.
0-2. Fastball just deletes Eli Watson. I mean, it's 8-1, but that ball was... Xavier Rios was walking back to the dugout before that ball was swung at. So Aguirre gets out of the little jam. He's nasty. Led to the 8th. Top half of the 8th, 8-1. The lights are not lighting at all. Just straight up not doing their job. Kind of like us.
Kind of like... Never mind.
No, say it.
I was going to say kind of like you.
Here's Casey Cummings, who homered in his first at-bat, having one of his better games of the year. Homer, walk, fly out. Watches the first pitch run tight, 1-0. I'm, running scoreboard.
You are doing a lot.
Doing the broadcast. Crying.
That I can confirm.
A ball and no strikes to Cummings. Fastball at the knees, 1-1. I mean, it's just hard to see, right? It's a ball that's been kind of dirtied over the last couple hours. We're not filtering in new balls. This is not MLB. Plus, the lights aren't particularly bright.
They're also not very high.
Right.
And I think that's the big problem.
1-1 slider, down and away, 2-1.
Because that ball that was hit into center field, base hit for Donnelly, I mean, it just got over the lights in a hurry. I don't think anyone saw it. I lost it, had it off the bat. It's a tough one.
2-1. Down low, ball 3. Hey, I mean, who says no? 8-1 Crawdads trail here in the 8th.
Are you watching the replay?
No. Heavens no. 3 balls and a strike. See if Casey has the green light. You know, down 7, you don't think so, but if he sees a pitch he likes, he doesn't. Ball 4. 2 walks today for Casey Cummings. Look, our keys to the game today. Get some more walks, get Ryan Delaney a longer outing. I don't think the Crawdads have done poorly in either of those regards, right?
No.
Bad defense behind Delaney.
Yeah, I mean,
Some bad luck.
even if the errors didn't come with 2 outs, they lengthened the inning.
Right.
They had to throw more pitches, more bullets to a guy that threw 2 innings over the spring.
Here's Cam Calvillo. 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch, fastball up and away, ball 1.
I'd say the same for Chase Dabbs, too, in that last inning when things kind of started to fall apart. That error had to throw more. Or I think it was his second inning, actually. But nonetheless, run came home to score.
Ball and no strikes. Calvillo watches a fastball, catch the outside edge. A ball and a strike now. Nico Aspoqueda waiting on deck for the Crawdads would pinch hit for Cole Cus. No.
You're doing
Casiesco.
so good.
Pitch. Fouled off the shins of Cam Calvillo. A ball and 2 strikes. Casiesco.
Yes. Bang.
Bang. A ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Still Kobe Minchie on the bump. Crawdads have not scored since the first batter of the game. It was looking good for a while. Crawdads were playing competitive baseball, but kind of tired out. 1-2. Calvillo lunges at one, flares it right side. That's going to be a knock. Hit is a hit. Cummings rounding second, heading for third. Here comes the throw. It is into second base. Runners on the corners for the Dads, still with no out.
Well, would you look at that? Sometimes better to be lucky than good, and I think Cam knows it. All smiles over there on first base. Might have got fooled.
For Kazusko, batting in the 3-hole.
Just keep talking.
Number 22, Nico Azpilicueta.
Nico Aspoqueda hitting with runners on the corners, no out. First pitch, Nico taps one foul off to the left. Nico's having a really 1-1 slider, catches the strike zone. Three this summer with 3 doubles, tons of power from the right side. 0-2. Slider way outside, 1-2. So, got to get some runs in. Still a lot of ball to be played, but not looking great as we stand.
Hey, Crawdads had their chances early in the game, and they were able to cash in 1-2 here or there. Game's a little bit closer. This spot means a little bit more.
1-2, Nubber off the right side. That'll get foul over by Bear Harrison. I mean, look, 4 pitches in, I really like this at bat from Aspoqueda. He's the guy that struggled putting the ball in play at sometimes, right? When he hits it, it's with a lot of power, but you take fighting against a really talented arm in Minchie. Runners on the corners for the Crawdads, 8-1 they trail. The 1-2. Down and away. 2s.
Yeah, this is the at-bat that you're looking for. Down 7 runs with runners on the corners. Make your guy, or make the pitcher throw pitches. You don't want to give him easy outs with 6 left. Make him earn every single one of those.
2-2. Down low, gets past the catcher. Here comes Casey Cummings for the plate. He will score, and it's 8-2 on the wild pitch. Who says no?
Who says no, and why not? There's nobody out in this inning. Base hit, scores a run. Keep the line moving, why not?
And look, we were kind of both predicting a big Casey Cummings trip. This is a really, really good start. 1 for 2, a pair of walks, a home run, a pair of runs scored. Playing his good defense is in center field.
Yep.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Azpilicueta, the runner on second. High set from Minchie and the full count pitch. Slider grounded softly, third base side, charging the third baseman, gobbles up, throws on the run to first. Donnelly digs it out for the first out. Moving up to third is Calvillo.
Hey, I know it's an out. It moves the runner over, sure, but it was put in play with 2 strikes. It's important. Made them make a play. Is what I'm trying to say. Third baseman, that was a hard play to make on the run.
1 down, runner on third. Again, see if the Crawdads can just put some good at-bats together. Connor Harrison, Bear Harrison, 0 for 3. Did hit a ball well his last time into the 5-6 hole, but a really nice play by Gordon. First pitch to Harrison. Up and out with the fastball, 1-0. It is Blake Haggerty out in center field. Ethan Elliott is the DH now. Eli Watson in right field. A ball and no strikes to the big Bear Harrison. 1-0. Smashed up the middle base knock for Connor Harrison. Calvillo will score easily from third. Harrison tearing around first. He'll pull it up right there, but it's a knock. That ball was scorched.
Yeah, that'll wake you up as a pitcher. That's kind of back up the middle, a screamer back at your face. He's arrived.
So, see if the Dads can put something together. 8-3 now. Who says no? And here's Isaiah Lane looking for his first Crawdads knock. 0 for 2, a walk, a ground out, a fly out. Minchie, high set. First pitch to Lane. Down low, ball 1.
And this is really where those, what were they? The third and fourth inning really hurt you. Leaving 2 guys on. I mean, even if one of those guys scored in each inning, it's 8-5.
1-0. High and away, ball 2.
But you love the late fight.
Something that the Crawdads have kind of grown accustomed to under Brant Cummings over the last couple of years.
Yeah, last year.
Cardiac Crawdads.
Yeah, cardiac Crawdads. Ton of late comeback, come from behind victories.
2-0. Called the strike with a changeup on the inside. Lane didn't think so, and he knows the strike zone maybe better than anyone in the CCL.
And even if you don't win today, just fighting late in the game, maybe get another pitcher hot. That plays for the next game that we'll have against them.
Slider down and away, 3-1.
More pitchers you use today, the less that are available for the next game. Maybe give you a boost for that game.
3 balls, a strike and out to Isaiah Lane. Minchie with the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Good slider, 3-2.
Yeah, we talked about the stuff being good from Minchie.
I mean, it's 2 legit baseball powers that he went to, right?
Yeah.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. See if there's any movement from Harrison at first. He does not go. 3-2. Down low, ball 4. Another good at bat.
I mean, a good at bat doesn't even cut what that was. I mean, that's a great take. That's the same exact pitch that he just swung right over the top of. And to have the discipline to not go chasing at it 2 times in a row is special.
Look, this is Minchie's inning to finish. There was no one even walking around in the Saints bullpen. The lights, I feel like, are kind of lighting more than they were earlier. It feels like they've gotten brighter.
Maybe it's just gotten darker around.
Because when the lights get brighter, who shows up? Who shows up?
Not you.
No. But here's Jackson Bird, who is, I think, putting together, some of his better at bats, starting to find the swing again. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, a line out, a pop out, but just got under that pop up in his last at bat. Hits here with 2 on, 1 out. First pitch to Bird, swings over the top of an off-speed offering on the outside, 0-1.
Yeah, the deep fly out to right in the second. More of a line drive, but still, it was barreled. That one, he caught barrel, and good opportunity to catch some more barrel here.
0-1, flips it foul off to the left, 0-2.
Well, now you got to protect. 0-2. Talking about it in the Azpilicueta at bat. Just get a ball in play. You don't want to give away free outs with the strikeout. Make a play.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bird in a hole. Sits the bat on his left shoulder. And the 0-2 from Minchie. Outside with a fastball. Stone cold take from Bird, but he was taking it all the way. 1-2. New ball back to the pitcher, Minchie. 8-3 the score. Just one out here in the 8th. Minchie now sets a little lower, the 1-2. Bird stays alive. Fouls it off to the left. We'll do it again.
He's letting that curveball get deep, the slider get deep. Trying to
Please use caution when retrieving and returning those fouled balls.
drive that the other way. That's a good approach on the curveball.
Use caution when retrieving and returning the foul balls. Makes me think something might have happened last time. A ball and 2 strikes. Bird stays alive. Another good at bat against Minchie.
Yeah, sped him up with the fastball.
But he was there.
Yeah, got to the spot and just a little under it. So you know when a hitter's going well or on time is if he fouls it straight back, that fouled straight back.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runners on base. Harrison on second, Lane on first. As Minchie has to step off. Bird kind of spits on home plate. Now resets. 1-2, the count here in the 8th. Minchie brings it just below the letters, looks to second, and the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Good off speed. 2 down in the 8th.
Next batter up.
Second strikeout for Minchie. Here's Isaiah Walker.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. Backdoor, curveball, slider. Good pitch. Tip your cap.
Walker, 1 for 2, walk, single. First pitch. Not sure where that one missed. 1-0. Crawdads trail by 5, but some traffic on the base paths and 2 runs home in the inning. See if they can get another 1 or 2 in here and have a chance in the 9th. The 1-0. Down low with the slider, 2-0. Minchie takes a deep breath. This is, again, his inning. There's one guy up and running around, tossing a ball around in the bullpen. 2-0, down and away, 3-0. Looks like it's Aiden Pollock again, the freshman from Dallas Baptist, who would replace his teammate. 3 balls and no strikes. No one held on for the Crawdads. The 3-0 is tight, ball 4. All right.
I mean, tying run is in the on-deck circle.
Number 7, Evan Mers.
This game is not over.
No, not at all.
A lot of ball to be played. Evan Mers at the dish. Look, if anyone wants to come through, it's this kid.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of errors for him defensively today. Base hit makes up for him here.
8-3 the score here in the 8th. The Crawdads with the bases juiced. First pitch to Mers. Slider on the outside, 0-1. Mers 0 for 2, a walk, and a pair of groundouts. Last one was a double play. Here in a big spot. 5 runs batted in the first game for Mers this summer as he checks his swing and fouls one that sticks in the backstop. 0-2.
That's pretty neat.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Minchie a high set. The 0-2. Up high. Good take by Mers.
Yeah, good job to not expand the zone right there. It'd be easy to go after that fastball up in the zone. But a good take.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Minchie a deep breath. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Mers went chasing on a slider that was high and away. And the Crawdads strand the bases loaded and trail 8-3 when we head to the bottom of the 8th.
2 runs.
Bottom half of the 8th. Crawdads showed some fight in the top half of the 8th. Inched a little closer, but now here it's the bottom half of that inning. Jacob Shard, Nicholas Lazara, Peter Worth due against Drew Aguiar, who has kind of quickly become one of the more trusted options out of the bullpen for Brant Cummings. First pitch of his 3rd inning of work is popped sky high. Trouble on the left side. Cam Calvillo, though, looks like he has a play on it into the outfield. Grass makes the catch, 2-hand style. He was able to see that one all the way for out number 1.
Yeah, well, I mean, Drew bared down in that last inning to leave runners on the corners after the fluky base hit. And strike thrower has good stuff.
Pumpa?
Pumpa.
P-U-M, or what did you say, P-U-P-A?
Yeah.
I love it.
Strike Papa.
Here's Nicholas Lazara, who is 1 for 3, a single, a flyout, and a strikeout, and a walk. First pitch on the outside. Drew Aguiar is really good.
I would agree.
Like, really, really good.
Yep.
I gave a little Austin Berggren comparison between innings. I think what Bergie struggled with was the walk, right? Falling behind in counts. Aguiar does not. Big curveball on the outside, 0-2. That's a really, really nice pitch.
Yeah, maybe the mix a little bit different, but relative, same speed and
their
comparable build.
Composure on the mound, I feel like is very similar. 0-2, fastball up high, 1-2. He just, like, with Austin Berggren, it never felt like he was this guy coming off his true freshman year. Obviously, Aguiar's a little bit older, but, like, he is unbelievably composed. 1-2. Fastball down low, 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, he's came in with the bases loaded in the game and struck out the guy. I mean, struck out his man, did his job. He's a good one. Good kid, too.
The 2-2 on its way from Aguiar, a low set. The pitch. Curveball down low, really good break to it. And this is not a guy that looks like an 8 ERA guy at the Division II level.
I mean, small sample size, 10 innings. But I would agree.
Kind of started to find his rhythm late in the year. 3-2. Curveball just a little high ball for second walk for Aguiar. But if you look at his year at Cal State Monterey Bay, first 5 outings, really bad. All 9 earned runs came in those outings. Then he had his next 5 outings where he went 6 scoreless, struck out 6. A lot of good there for Aguiar.
Yeah.
That'll bring up Peter Worth. Aguiar looking to roll a pair. Crawdads trail at 8-3 here in the 8th. First pitch to Worth is a slider on the outside, 0-1. Crawdads, again, showed some fight back in the top half of the 8th, and they can, go 9-1-2, get a couple of those guys on, start to think of something. Likely a new pitcher after Kobe Minchie struggled. 0-1, flared, center field, shallow. Casey Cummings tracks in, makes the grab chest high for the second out.
Casey almost overran that. He was just so fast. He got to the spot so quickly. And, I mean, it's fun to watch. I've said it. It's fun to watch Casey Cummings play center field.
And that's kind of what they said about me back in high school, right? I
I'm sure.
I was so fast
Yeah.
that I would overrun balls.
Yeah, totally.
Here's Tyler Gordon, 0 for 2, a walk, a hit by pitch. Watches the first pitch up and away, ball 1. 8-3, Crawdads trail. Checking the comments, Jack Ben Shoshan says hi. You did not get the pleasure of watching Jack Ben Shoshan.
Did not.
Awesome, awesome, awesome player. 1-0, runner goes from first. Pitch is on the outside. Rios up and firing, down to second. Throw not in time. Was a little to the left of the second base bag. Strike 1 and the stolen base from Lazara. So Jack Ben Shoshan holds a Crawdad record. Can you guess what said record is?
Cannot.
Most strikeouts in a game. 11 out of the bullpen.
Wow.
Yeah. Was lights out in that game.
Have a day.
Did. A ball and a strike to Tyler Gordon, the shortstop, left-handed hitter. 1-1. Lined over to the left side, slicing well foul, 1-2.
So many late swings. I'll let you go ahead. I know you got.
No. Your point was actually about the game, which is more important.
I'd say a lot of late
I'll
swings.
talk about Jack next inning.
Okay.
A lot of late swings.
Yeah. Saints are behind a lot.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Aguiar looking for strikeout number 3. He's been good through his 2+. Lazara dances off second, the 1-2, fouled straight back. A lot of late swings, a lot of awkward swings. Aguiar is good. Really, really good. Aguiar and Dabbs today both have been really
Dabbs,
solid.
I'd say all 3 of the pitchers, their final line doesn't indicate
How good they were.
how they threw.
Yeah. Okay, now can I talk about Jack Ben Shoshon?
Please.
So the coolest part about his game, and I'll pull up the ledger. The coolest part is that he didn't pitch the first like 15, not 15, the first 80% of the season.
Okay.
And he comes out in this random end of the year game and just shoves. Out of the bullpen was awesome. I'll get more in a minute.
Okay.
1-2. Down and away, gets past Rios on the pass ball. The runner will move up to third. Second pass ball of the day for Rios. So Show finished that summer with 9 2/3 innings on the mound and 17 strikeouts to 3 walks. You look at this game against Sonoma on July 27th, 5 2/3 innings, 11 strikeouts out of the bullpen. We won 9-8. It was electric.
What a way to make a statement in
Right?
your first appearance of the summer.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It was not his first appearance. It was his last, but
Sorry.
was just dominant. 100 pitches out of the bullpen. He was awesome. Saved up all the bullets. The 2-2. Big curveball hangs up high, 3-2. And as the Crawdads went to the playoffs that year, they went into the postseason with 3 healthy pitchers. Wasn't really a chance anyone was going to do anything for Walnut Creek, but God, that year was fun. 3-2, curveball just a little outside, ball 4. Second walk of the inning, third of the day for Aguiar, and I feel like all of them have been very competitive walks.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, he's gotten to 2 strikes. It feels like almost every batter, and both the batters that he's walked in this inning have been on a 2-strike count. Just missing. That was a good pitch.
So what was cool about that game that I'm talking about earlier, as Blake Haggerty steps to the plate, runners on the corners, 2 down, 5-run game in the 8th, excuse me. What was cool about that game is that Coleman Schmidt almost hit for the cycle twice in the same year. And that was, it's a 45-game season?
Yeah.
Schmidt was the last batter of the game, ended up walking it off. It was a double off the wall. He needed, I believe, a triple. Throw again over to first. If that had not been the final, if that had not been, the walk-off, right? Brian Duroff came home to score. If that had not been the final play of the game, he would have easily made it to third.
Bomber.
He was awesome. Haggerty skies the first pitch, left side, medium deep, over his Jackson Bird, over to his right. Now Plants didn't really have to move, but makes the catch to end the inning. He was going to his left.
It was.
Yeah. That'll end 8. When we come back, 9-1-2 for the Crawdads. Need 5 to stay alive when we come back. Top of the ninth. Dad needs 5. Dads need 5 to stay alive. And it's a new pitcher. It's Aiden Pollock, the righty, who did not play at Dallas Baptist this year. But he has played this summer for the Saints as an offensive player, is 0 for 11 with 6 strikeouts. So he's hasn't had a ton of success at the plate. Looking to flip that script. The final line on Kobe Minchie is Dallas Baptist teammate, 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Xavier Rios leads off, takes the first pitch, ball up high, 1-0. So Crawdads need 5. Nasty, nasty pitch. Don't even really know what it was. Looked like it might have
uncompetitive walks like we saw against Alameda a few days ago. Taking tough pitches against good pitching. Really, really liked what I saw from him. And the top of the order, really. I mean, Cole Kosciuszko, he hit a ball hard. He hit a couple balls hard, although didn't have a hit to show for it. Bear Harrison ripped that ball up the middle in the 8th. There's a lot to be happy about despite the loss.
Crawdads do fall 8-3. Now down to 2-3 in league play. This game does count for league competition, as I was blissfully unaware of just a couple days back. Final line for just about everyone. Trajan Lee was good as the starter for Arroyo Seco. Worked out of some trouble. 3 innings, 2 hits, a run, 3 walks, a strikeout. Tyler Hergis was really the guy that Arroyo Seco needed out of the bullpen. 3 shutout innings. Kobe Minchie struggled a little bit, especially with the walk. And then Aiden Pollock shut it down in the 9th. The winning pitcher, Tyler Hergis. The loser is Ryan Delaney. Goes 3 innings of 5-run ball, 4 earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts. Much better than the ledger showed. I think if he goes 2 innings today, that might be the cap for now.
Yeah.
Just hasn't been stretched out. Throw him 45 pitches now and then, build him up a little bit. But he was much better than the ledger showed, as was Chase Dabbs, 2 2/3, 3 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Drew Aguiar, perfect out of the bullpen. Crawdads strand 9 runners and lose by 5. Really the big ones there. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th inning. They had 2 runners on to end each inning. Of course, back in the 2nd, Isaiah Lane was picked off. I think he thought there was a balk called, which is why he started moving to 3rd. 3rd and 4th innings just tough for the Crawdads. Overall, I was pretty impressed, honestly, by the Crawdads today. I think they put together some really good at-bats. Again, if you told me at the start of the day, Crawdads would strike out 7 times, 4 of them from one batter, they would walk 9 times, I would be very impressed.
Yeah, you walk more than you strike out as a team. That's good stuff. And the contact was loud. There was a lot of loud contact. So, I mean, that's something to certainly take note of as well. Chalk it up to a tough one. You win some, you lose some, and I think you lost one today, and that's it.
Dads will be back in action tomorrow at 7 p.m. 2 of us on the call.
Yes.
Crawdads fall to 2-3 in league play. Arroyo Seco, really, really good start. It's a good team, especially on the pitching side. They are 3-0. Who bumped day tomorrow? Zach Royce.
Zach Royce, going to be a fun one.
Going to be a fun one. Hurt up to 96.
Strike Pampa.
Yeah. Excited for Carson Day on Thursday as well.
Awesome game.
As Noah Zirkle said today, like this staff is legit. It might not be, just in terms of sheer numbers, the deepest rotation, but the guys that they have are pretty legit. And we've seen that throughout the summer so far. Final lines for today: 3-5-3 runs, hits, errors, 9 left on base for Walnut Creek. 8-8-0 runs, hits, errors with 14 left on base for Arroyo Seco. When it came down to it, I think the Crawdads pitching did an okay job as well. Arroyo Seco improves to 3-0. Walnut Creek falls to 2-3. Carson, final thoughts?
I got nothing. I mean, I'll say this one more time. We've talked about how the pitching has been really, really was good today. It was overall good. 2 of the runs not earned. And on the scorebook, you see that and say, oh, well, they still gave up 6 runs. I don't really know how to even put this into words, but, I mean, Ryan Delaney had that error in really the 1st and 2nd inning. There were 2 errors in the 1st, error in the 2nd. Not in the 2nd, in the 3rd, but he had to throw more pitches.
Extended his pitch count,
yeah,
right?
And that's exactly what it is. That last inning for Delaney, I mean, he could have been a lot, more energized or however you want to put it. Errors come back to hurt, and they did, especially 2 in an inning, and they did. So that's all I got. Let's go win tomorrow.
Game started 6:14, finished 9:11, 2:57 the final time of game here from Pasadena. Big thanks to everyone who made this broadcast possible, especially the hospitality here at Arroyo Seco. One last time for Carson Mercier. My name is Austin Oda. We will see you tomorrow at 7 as the Dads take on the Riptide. Austin Oda saying